Hello everybody and welcome to this week's episode of The Shadow of the Silver Mane. We're recording in 2022, but you're seeing this in 2023, which is fucky, but we're gonna move beyond that. Dear viewers, I'm gonna give you the usual reminder. This episode is posted on my channel, Teeironor. The episode after that shall be posted on Bannerak's channel, Bannerak formerly known as Skull Shorties, just in case anyone didn't catch the name change, and all our links are in the description below. And the episode after that one shall be posted on Sir Thompshire's channel. Again, links are in the description below, and so on and so forth back on mine. But yeah. Last time, a bunch of stuff happened, and obviously I'm going to remind you of it, but also our players hit what is called a major milestone. I think it's called major or significant, one of the two, which means that they got to change a bunch of stuff about their characters if they so wished, and also get place a point wherever, etc, etc. So when I will ask these lovely people to introduce themselves, as I'm gonna do now, I'm also gonna ask them to talk about said changes. And we're gonna start with DoomGoblin. DoomGoblin, would you please talk about yourself and your character?
Yeah, sure. I play Captain Bladebeard, like always. And yeah, I changed some stuff. First of all, I added +1 to Sneaky. So now I have 8 Sneaky instead of 7. And I changed his main aspect, his what was the name of that, his high concept, into Pirate Captain with no ship, because now he does have a bit of a crew, so he just needs a ship. Yeah, a few people, but mostly dwarves, but yeah. Other than that, I also changed his stab into swashbuckling dwarf rogue, because I grew bored of stab, and I think this is more descriptive of what he is.
Definitely. Makes sense to me. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Next, according to the dice that I rolled, we would have Sir Thompshire. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and your character?
Sure. As always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, the traveling sellsworn that is currently knocked out and nearly dead, which is, always fun. But somehow, in his unconscious state, he gained a +1 in quick, and now has a +8 in total.
You wake up and he may have a punctured lung and all that stuff. But for whatever reason, he can move faster.
Yeah, maybe Gonk left him a little gift as a sorry, Nuts.
I mean, Gonk did help you anyway, so he doesn't need to say sorry. You ungrateful git. Okay. Thank you very much, Thompshire. Also, the viewers might be noticing a pattern that I'm gonna mention when everyone's done. But next, we may have, I'll let her introduce herself. Zelris, could you please talk about yourself and what's new with Lyri?
My name is Zelris, and I'm playing the classic Lyri Embersorrow, and I've changed up quite a bit about her this time. So, the first thing is she has a new high concept, which is Voidheart Rogue, because I feel like that fits her a bit better than, whatever it was before.
Also, viewers, that's on our end, not your end. The messages.
Yeah, that's my PC messing up because Pusher talks bad. She has a new trouble, which is Sadistic Instinct. She has Reckless Scoundrel, as always. She also has a new aspect called Phantom Anarchist, which should be pretty fun to be compelled with. And let me burn some stuff down, hopefully. And she also has a brand new stunt, which is I gain +2 sneaky defense against opponents I've betrayed in the past. So hopefully that will help her out in some trying times.
It's like, I think that this isn't like criticism or anything, just like me sort of expressing a slight frustration, but it's getting really, really hard to like fit all of Lyri's things in like the image I have to display on screen and still like make the font big enough for the viewers to read. If that makes sense.
There's no more room left on Lyri's sheet, so she can't really add anything now, so...
I don't know. I think it'd be a good challenge to have so many things that it's practically unreadable.
Don't force me.
What have it become like a scrolling box that scrolls down all of Lyri's stunts? Just like a Star Wars text scroll as a stunt box.
Don't make me do that, please. Okay.
I will.
Get a copyright from Lucasfilm.
Is the Star Wars scroll copyrighted?
No, but I can't stop thinking of the theme when the scroll happens, so the theme is copyrighted.
Well, thinking about things isn't copyrighted, Skull.
They should sue your mind.
Not yet. Anyway.
Not yet.
Okay. Good point.
Also, as of a few months, Happy Birthday is no longer copyrighted. Funnily enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we finally can stop worrying about us being sued for saying happy birthday on these episodes.
Well, no, I mean the song Happy Birthday to You, all that. That's no longer copyrighted.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's... Ha.
Thank you very much, Zelris. Next, we would have Banorak, again formerly known as Skull Shorties, playing... Well, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I am Banorak, good old Banorak, formerly Skull Shorties, playing good old Captain Buhd, the ogre who went crazy because he thought all of his friends were dying again, which is never fun. And yeah, he's that good old ogre pirate who has moments where he's a friendly little ogre and moments when he's a crazy angry ogre, because that's just the duality of Buhd.
And we love him for it. Thank you very much, Banorak. So.
Oh, and I gave myself +1 to my force pool, which is now an 8.
Yeah. Thank you. I also forgot about that. But yeah, that's the pattern I was about to mention. All our players coincidentally increased a stat to 8 with this new quote-unquote level up. And also because it is a major milestone, they get a new fate point to spend however they wish. And that's why Zelris, for instance, could afford a new stunt, etc., etc. So, last time, a chaotic night spent across 2 different worlds comes to a close with 2 salient battles in Stormwind Harbor. Benjamin Aaran and Captain Bladebeard, followed by Gordon and Spellbeard, reached a scene where the 2 faceless creatures that Lyri Embersorrow had previously interacted with were causing a distraction by slaughtering the harbor guards and mages. Realizing our heroes' intentions, the void creatures quickly attacked them and a large battle ensued. Meanwhile, Lyri, followed soon afterwards by Captain Buhd, Hardtep and John, was intent on retrieving the ogres she had previously left on a dock and then depositing them on a ship. She ambushed a lone guard she saw studying them, which was revealed to be Clovis Smith of the Silver Mane. The resulting confrontation ended in a very painful death for the rogue, in spite of his pleas that he knew, quote, where Bladebeard's mother was. Our heroes then retrieved some silver and a set of keys from the scattered bits of Clovis's body. Lyri, followed by John and Hardtep, took the ogres to a docked civilian ship named the Good Fortune, which I don't think the players actually know, but yeah, and after some arguing with the captain and the first mate were able to secure transport. Buhd, for his part, left to assist on the other battlefield. The battle of the void creatures soon came to hang on a knife's edge. Though Buhd definitely provided important support, the Faceless had succeeded in killing the leader of the guards, Major Manuel, thus breaking their morale and forcing them to flee. Worse still, the leader of the squadron of mages stayed behind and began taking potshots at Benjamin. She succeeded in temporarily capturing him and knocking him out, stating that, quote, Lord Embersorrow was to thank for him being taken alive. Bladebeard was knocked out as well, with Spellbeard taking advantage of the fact to rob him, though our heroes managed to defeat the female, they don't really have genders but anyway, Faceless one, and force both of them to reveal their true forms. As more guards could be heard and seen approaching, the heavily wounded Faceless and the traitorous mage both decided to retreat via magical portals. Though victorious, our party is in an imperiled state, with Benjamin and Bladebeard unconscious, Buhd in a berserker rage, and Lyri far away and drifting in and out of consciousness. So, that is where we rejoin everybody. I guess first things first, I briefly mentioned this before we started the session, but I obviously will repeat it for also our viewers and for the flow of things. But Benjamin and Bladebeard, you guys will start waking up, or at least you have the option to wake up, keeping in mind that like one flick of a finger and you're down again, because again the fight for the moment is more or less over and you were on the victorious side, so you guys have the option of waking up. I'm also saying that you guys should wake up because there's some loot on the table per DoomGoblin's request. And you guys should be there to like distribute the loot, if that makes sense. So, DoomGoblin and Thompshire, do your characters wake up? Or is everything in the hands of Buhd and the two NPCs?
I think it'd be funnier if it's in the hands of Buhd and the NPCs. What do you say, DoomGoblin?
Yeah, sure. Maybe we'll wake up in few minutes, but let them have a scene first.
Sure. You're keeping in mind you can wake up whenever you wish. So you don't need to like you're not gonna need me to pressure you. Hey, are you gonna wake up now? Wake up now. Please wake up, or something like that. Okay.
All right.
So, I guess starting with that. Buhd, last we saw of him, he was in a berserker rage because he believes his friends are in danger, died, etc. And it is probably also frustrated by the fact that all the enemies have vanished. With the Faceless one leaving two things behind. Spellbeard is being held upside down by Gurin, and Gurin is holding Spellbeard upside down at the moment. Guards are coming. You see them approaching from the like harbor entrance, I suppose. What's Buhd up to?
Buhd is growling and punching at grass and dirt at the moment. He's as you said, he is upset and he's letting off some of that steam that he realistically didn't get to let out completely.
Sure. I do have a question, by the way. This is more related to Buhd and Bladebeard's backstory and like history together. Would Buhd know Spellbeard?
Since I didn't know him before a few sessions ago.
But he is a character from Bladebeard's backstory.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if he ever visited somewhere besides Stormwind, if he was ever in Buhd Bay, I don't see why not.
I would imagine because of how often Buhd and Bladebeard frequented Buhd Bay from Classic to now, I would say, yeah, probably then.
Would Spellbeard ever have gone to Buhd Bay? Maybe once or twice, but not super often. He's more...
So they might have met at least once or twice then. They barely know each other, I'd say then.
Sure. And I also wouldn't be sure if you would know him then, because if Bladebeard and Spellbeard are together, they are gonna try to scam someone. Maybe even Buhd.
Possibly, probably. Yeah.
Sure.
It is a Bladebeard thing to do. Seems to be in genetics.
So Spellbeard, still being held upside down by Gorin, he says, so what now, lads? I don't fancy being here when the guards arrive. Gorin says nothing because he doesn't understand common. Easy there, Buhd, was Buhd the name? Aye, Buhd was the name. Easy there, Buhd. Can you retrieve my mirror image and maybe we can get out of here?
What that?
Oh, points at Bladebeard's unconscious body.
Oh. Okay.
Well, oh shit, I'm the mirror image. Never mind. Retrieve the original me. Well, oh shit. If I'm a mirror image, why aren't I vanishing when the original's unconscious? Didn't think this through.
Are you mirror image or is he mirror image?
Let's put a pin in that because I'm honestly not sure. And maybe get a move on. Hey, handsome, can you move? Gorin stares at him, not understanding what he's saying. Oi? Oi, can you hear me? What's wrong with him?
I don't know him too well, but he kinda seem a little slow.
Can you hear me? And then he tries in Dwarven. Can you hear me? Gorin says, aye. Oh, all right. Can you retrieve... do we care about that one? Points at Benjamin.
Yes, we care about him. You're a friend.
Then to Gorin. Can you put me down, retrieve that one, and maybe we can get those shiny things over there? Bladebeard, would Gorin put him down? DoomGoblin rather, not Bladebeard.
I don't know. What was the... Yeah, he... Does he know that he stole something from Bladebeard? He doesn't, right?
He saw the first theft attempt. I don't believe he saw the second.
I don't know. You decide.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I think he drops Spellbeard and Spellbeard falls on his face and almost breaks his neck. Oop, easier there. And Gorin goes to pick up Benjamin, lifts him light as a feather and like smacks him like a sack of potatoes on his back, holding him by one leg. Benjamin is gonna be hella sore when he wakes up. And Gorin says, where? Where are we going? Asks Spellbeard in common. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Spellbeard asks, where are we going?
Normally, they know where to go.
Above board, Buhd was there when the ogres were like deposited on like the good fortune ship, but obviously it's up to Buhd if that is a place where Buhd would like to go.
But has ship. We got it from nice humans. We can take that with my people. We can leave it there.
Alright, sounds fine. As Spellbeard picks up the weird-looking dagger and staff. Whoa, these give me the chillies. Alright, are we going there? I don't fancy being here when the guards arrive. As you see guards pouring down from the, what's stairway, let's say.
Yeah, I'd say Buhd would go to pick up Benjamin, and
Benjamin was already picked up by Gorin.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Is there anyone else that needs to get picked up?
Bladebeard's in your arms, right?
Yeah.
Then no, there's nobody else.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
and then
Gorin's grip is gonna pop my lung.
Is it? Does it look threatening?
Can you give me a careful?
Me or okay.
Buhd.
Oi.
What did you roll? Because it's not showing up for me yet.
I got a 1.
Seems fine.
Okay. If it looks fine to Buhd will ignore it for now, but he will occasionally look at Benjamin and Bladebeard to make sure that they're not dying. So,
Bladebeard's breathing steadily, although you see him like he's gravely wounded but not fatally. He'll survive, but he'll probably have like a few scars, etc., etc. Benjamin, you're a bit far away to like make a proper assessment of. Okay.
Okay, Buhd will start walking over towards where the ship was then.
Spellbeard would say, oh, faster, lad, we don't want the guards to catch us.
Oh, we run now? Oh, okay, we run then.
And then it says to Goran, oi, come on, we're going. Your master's going this way. Is he your master? Anyway, come on. Oh, aye. And Buhd, you run. Spellbeard follows, carrying the loot that Carfin dropped, and Goran also follows, dragging Benjamin by the foot, like say if he were like dragging a cart, for instance. Like he's dragging Benjamin on the floor as he's running.
Oh. Does Buhd notice that?
With the previous careful roll, probably not.
Okay. Sorry, Benjamin.
Yeah. So do you guys head for the Good Fortune?
That is where Buhd is headed, because he, that's where his ogres are.
Sure. Very well. So, meanwhile, on the Good Fortune, Lyri, are you with us, Zelris?
Yep.
Last we visited Lyri, you and Hartep were like flinging spells randomly in the direction of the Faceless One, and you saw from a distance the Faceless One one of them die and the other disappear. And you did mention last time that when that happened you would stop flinging spells. But sort of what happens now as Hartep just like stands there pondering, not really saying anything, and the crew makes the last preparations to depart with the ship?
I can't believe they killed the only, Larry just kind of trails on and looks at Hotep. They killed Escape.
They were never on our side to begin with, my beacon.
Right. Well, are they coming back, or... I'm assuming Buhd will, right?
Who?
The ogre.
Oh... Probably. He shrugs.
Okay. Well, this boat is as good as ours. We should just wait until the ogre comes back and then we can leave.
Are you planning a takeover?
Potentially. If it doesn't go as good as planned. But just hold off for the time being.
May I suggest an alternate course, my beacon?
What do you mean?
If perhaps you would allow me to talk to them, maybe I can convince them of the truth, and they would serve willingly?
We don't need to worry about that if the ogre comes on time. It's fine.
Well, since per your instructions the cult has revealed itself and I can sense their depths even now, the cult will need new members.
What are you talking about?
He looks slightly confused and he says, you ordered us to rise up, my beacon, and We did. You see that fire in the distance? And you maybe now you'll see like a plume of smoke rising from Stormwind. We have risen up per your instructions. We are not strong enough to take over the city, but we will obey. We have obeyed your will, and well, the cults, I can feel their depths, as I mentioned. But if it was your will, then I am sure it was the right decision.
Okay.
Still, new cult members would smooth things over, I believe. That's it.
Just talk to them.
Very well. He bows and like shuffles over to start speaking to random members of the crew.
Thank God he's gone. Lyri will look around to see if she can find John.
He's easy to spot. You don't even need to roll because he's the one Forsaken helping the crew members load stuff on board.
Yo, John, stay by my side.
Huh? Okay. He like puts the crate he's carrying gently down and saunters over and says, "Any trouble?"
You have a good pair of eyes. Keep an eye out for the for Buhd. He should be on his way back anytime now.
Okay. And what do I do if he comes, and what do I do if he doesn't?
I'll talk to the captain to slow the, our departure if he's not here on time, but he should be here on time. Lyri will, I guess, shoo him away.
Okay. Will do.
Hey, hot tap.
He slowly turns around. He hasn't even finished going down the stairs.
You see that one there? Lyri will point to John.
Yes?
Don't talk to him. Leave him alone.
Very well.
Lyri will, I guess, go back to sitting and waiting for Buhd.
Sure. Yeah, and you do. And on the other front, as Buhd and the NPCs with the unconscious Bladebeard and Benjamin hurry along, since the guards are farther behind and since you decided on running right away, you guys will reach the dock, no issues whatsoever. Buhd would remember where his ogres are. Yeah, you reach the ship as you see the crew loading the last bits of supplies. On the ship, John yells out, "They're here!"
Aha! Buhd!
Hello.
I'm not going to support your decision, but you survived, and your ogres are still here, ready to go.
Well, I had to say friends. Not my decision.
Mm-hmm.
Lyri, you see the unconscious Bladebeard in Buhd's arms, and Guring dragging Benjamin and a trail of blood.
I like them better this way. So, good on you.
Oh, Buhd didn't do this. That the gross little tentacle men did.
Well, just throw them on the ship.
I'm gonna put them down gently. They look a little roughed up.
Mm-hmm. And we should be leaving pretty soon. Do you want me to start?
Good.
Do you want me to start freeing your ogres now that you're on board?
Oh, yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Do you come on board?
Yeah, I'd say Buhd comes on board and puts Bladebeard gently down, not like slam dunking him or anything like that.
Okay, the captain will come up and say, "Oh, hey, I can't carry that a lot of passengers here. What's going on?"
What do you mean?
I agree to take you two. You two, those two points first at Lyri and Buhd, and then at Hartop and John. And your cargo, I didn't agree about, points at Gurin, Spellbeard, Bladebeard, and Benjamin.
Well, those two are near death, so don't worry about it.
Oh, holy crap! She just notices the state Benjamin and Bladebeard are in. Put them down. Ziharu, come take a look at them. And the Broken slowly saunters over and begins casting healing spells. He is a shaman above board, casting healing spells on Benjamin Bladebeard.
So, let me start with those ogres, right, bud?
Yes. Well, wait. Is there room for them on the ship too, then? Because it sounds like...
Wait. Ogres? Those... What ogres? You're an ogre, but ogres plural?
Never mind, we'll just keep them in the bubbles now.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
the bubbles are ogres? Oh shit,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah,
They're my people.
while they're in there, they don't get hungry or anything, so we'll just keep them on board until we have to get off.
They don't get hungry?
No, they're like in... I think they're like frozen in time in there.
This is incredibly creepy.
Yeah, I know, but...
Well, I guess they're safe. That's good. Well, I want them free as soon as we can get them out.
Well, we won't be staying for long, right? We'll be getting off at the nearest stop.
Give me a second, please, while I futz with some stuff.
Anyway, the ship should be going soon.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. Give me just a second while I futz with some stuff. Okay, so first of all, you all will see, well, actually, Buhd and Lyri will see someone approach the captain as the web page loads very, very slowly for me, and I apologize for that. But it is... Just give me a second. Where did I... Oh, right, she doesn't have a thingy. Sorry, my poor organizational skills are to blame for this, but... Oh, yeah. This lady comes up, and I'll return the screen to normal for the viewers, don't worry about that. She's followed by this thing, once it all loads up, which is basically a... Can you guys see anything, by the way?
Yeah, a goblin
It's,
and some kind of harvester thing.
Yeah, it's one of those scarecrow robot things.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there also a female goblin in Westfall?
Yep.
I do remember that.
Give me a second so to return the screen for the viewers. But yeah, she'll come up followed by the harvest golem, who's also carrying supplies, approaching the captain, and she say, "Captain, we're all set." And noticing Buhd and Lyri, she says, Wait, were you in Westfall? Are you the freaks who stole my Iron Army?
What army?
Oh no, Captain, these are bad people. We need to get them away, and they need to return my iron dwarf and giant human thing to me, right now. What's going on here? Says the captain.
What is she talking about?
Oh no! Are you? She a part of those bad people that we helped free you from, Lyri?
Huh?
She talking about nasty stonemen that Bladebeard used to have.
Iron, my good ogre. Iron, not stone. Don't mistake my master craftsmanship, okay?
Yeah, you associated with them.
Yeah, and you stole from me. Give me my iron thingies back.
Dream
Oh,
Boots You're in Booty Bay, and so just take us there and you can have them back. I don't care.
I thought they were broken.
Do you know how much dynamite I needed to rewire those things' brains? Wait, Booty Bay?
Yeah.
Captain, where are we going? You know where we're going. Can we stop at Booty Bay on the way? I mean, it is on the way, but good people, where are you going?
Oh, Booty Bay works so good for Buhd.
We have friends in Booty Bay. I'm fine stopping there.
My ogres can feast for at Booty Bay. Plus me heroes there.
Right. Pff, thieves, all of you. I'll have you return my iron people. I'll keep.
You
to
can
that.
have your stupid iron person.
Yeah,
Bladebeard.
nobody here is saying you can't. We didn't take them.
It was Bladebeard. He take everything. It's what he do.
Well, you also ruined the most lucrative contract that I've ever had. So there. Well, excuse me, says the captain. Sorry, boss.
You have a good deal with your captain here. That insulting to them.
Well, it's not every day that you get to reprogram an army of robots. What now? Says the captain.
Well, maybe you should rethink your life choices.
She says, maybe you should rethink your life choices, ogre.
I did. Now I'm captain.
Okay, good on you, but... and you... Wait, were you always purple? Well, no, you're not purple, aren't you? Never mind. She won't say that. She'll say, wait, did you always wear these fancy clothes?
Oh, I got them after I beat the Legion.
He did.
Not you, points at Lyri.
I don't know you at all.
You were there. I saw you get taken in by his lordship and interrogated, and I saw you get freed by, points at Buhd, him and his freaks.
Hey.
Are you sure? I don't remember any of that.
She looks mildly offended. Yeah, with the dragon and all that. Don't you remember?
What about our dragon friend?
Never mind. Captain, look, says the captain. As far as I'm concerned, this is between the three of you. I don't care about this. Kind sirs, if we're gonna discuss payment for this transport later, but given the emergency situation, I'm perfectly fine with departing Stormwind if you are.
We are perfectly fine departing as well. We don't want any issue with this goblin.
She's a fine member of my crew, and a fine and respectable one. We're headed for Marshtide if you're curious to continue traveling with us afterwards.
But do you know what that is?
Can Buhd give me a careful or clever to see if he knows where that is? I leave the choice to Buhd.
What was the thing?
Careful or clever? Either
No. What was he? What does he know?
Where Marshtide is.
Marshtide.
With that roll, sounds familiar to you, and you think it's somewhere in the Eastern Kingdoms, but it's like you're not quite sure.
That's about accurate with me as the player too.
Above board, just this isn't something that your player characters will know, but I'll inform you. Above board, it's the Alliance outpost in Swamp of Sorrows.
Oh, okay. That's far ways off. Okay.
But
somewhere in Kingdoms.
Yeah,
I know. That's where I was going with.
Well, we'll just depart at Booty Bay. It's fine.
All right. How are those two looking? How are Bladebeard and Benjamin looking? Well, Benjamin's more messed up now because he got dragged, but otherwise?
Do we wake up, Benjamin?
I think, honestly, he will not. He will have to be manually woken up.
Ziharu slaps you. I'm joking. He doesn't do that.
Then I'll wake up. Bladebeard will wake up.
As you wake up, you see two dwarven faces staring down at you, both with not equally but similarly dumb expressions. As your cousin Spellbeard says, "Oh, you're alive." Yes, original. The mirror image is shit. I think the ruse is up, cousin.
Is it over? Did we win?
I think so. I got these. Like lifts the staff and creepy dagger that he carried. The big tentacle, octopus thing. Left these behind when he left. They're a little creepy.
Oh, I killed one of those. I remember. I was also a book.
You were?
Aye.
Oh, that's fancy. How'd that happen?
Where are we?
Oh, well, I think we're on a ship. Do you raise your head to look around, or?
Sure, but you can see that he's in a lot of pain. I assume that having your ribs broken would hurt.
Oh yeah, especially if you try to do a sit-up. Guren will try to unceremoniously lift you up to your feet, which is incredibly painful.
Oh God. Thanks, I guess.
You're having trouble breathing because of the broken ribs. And in response to your thanks, Guren says, "Aye." And Spellbeard says, yeah, we're on this ship. Your ogre, Buhd, was it? I think it was Buhd or Bob. Anyway, he said we should go here, said he picked out a transport. I think we're leaving. Oh, this is just my fourth time leaving Storm, and this is kind of exciting.
Alright.
And you'd probably see the crew making ready. John probably keeps to a distance, looks at you, probably waves at you when you get up. You see a very wounded Benjamin being tended to by the broken first mate. The captain, a goblin, and a harvest golem talking with Buhd and Lyri. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions for what's going on.
Alright, I just wanted to say that he takes off the ropes and wipes his face.
You think the jig is up, cousin?
Of course it is. We are no longer in Stormwind. I don't need to pretend to be a dumb wizard.
Oh, the art of wizarding is a long and honored craft. I don't understand half of it, but I'm sure it is.
Sure. And I'll take my original hat from Guren.
And Guren says, "One Bladebeard."
Aye, one and only.
Your cousin says, "In common, where do you find this oaf? He only speaks Dwarven, and he sounds dumber than Grandma. My Grandma, not yours."
Oh, alright. Yeah, he is Guren, the one and only. Terror of flesh, breaker of bones, and crusher of skulls.
I never heard of him. He's mighty handsome, but he's dumb as a log. And that's me saying that.
Bladebeard kind of looks at Guren.
He just stares with the same blank expression, and he doesn't even understand what you guys are saying.
Yeah, to each their own, I guess. Well, he is he was summoned to serve me. He's sworn to serve me because I pulled a card.
Oh, so you want him from like a slave trader or something?
No, a magical card. You know, like
like
pulled.
Hearthstone, aye.
No. Remember the card that you pulled, and you now know who will betray me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. And he starts shuffling through his pockets, like, picks the card and draws it.
God damn it! Is there a moment to stop him?
Yeah, you see him shuffling through his pockets. It's not an instantaneous process.
All right, I'll try to take the card back.
How? Just like grabbing it?
Yeah, before he flips it, activates it.
Yeah, can I get a quick, please? DoomGoblin got a 6 for our viewers. Give me a second to roll to oppose.
That's a 4.
Yeah, so DoomGoblin got a 6 and Spellbeard got a 4. But yeah, you snatch it from your Spellbeard's hands and he says, I was only keeping it safe, cousin. You can tell he's lying.
So this is my card.
Oh shit! You thought it wasn't?
Well, now I know. You stole my card from me.
Well, you got it back.
Yeah, but you're going to pull it or flip it, whatever.
But like,
I traveled back through time to get this card. I created this whole reality. You're actually not the original Spellbeard. You're a creation of my spell, and you're going to pull it instead of me.
Wait, so you're my da?
Not really, but you're magically created, and everything is except for me. Right? That's how it works.
Well, technically, if you go through the books,
I know how it works, and it works like this. So, all right, what else is going on?
Well, as I mentioned, the big tentacle monster dropped these, still indicating the staff and dagger he's holding.
Oh, cool! A new dagger. Gimme.
No.
I take it from him.
Can I get a forceful this time?
Sure.
You guys have equal forcefuls above board.
Alright, I got a 3.
And also, which would you be grabbing first, the staff or the dagger?
Oh, the dagger. I'm Bladebeard.
He doesn't let go. I helped kill the thing too. I turned it into a dragon. Couldn't have done it without me.
Alright. Gorin, take the dagger.
You saying Dwarven?
Yeah.
Alright. No need to get violent, He drops the dagger.
What? Did he give me the dagger?
He dropped it on the ground.
Alright, I pick it up.
You get a dagger. Looks very, very creepy, and you hear the voice of the female faceless one that spoke in your head. Says a very weak, so weak. Feed me.
Spellbeard, did you say that? I ain't gonna feed ya. Find your own food.
Well, but you always used to cook when Ma wasn't around, or at least we always used to go rob the restaurants. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, well, I guess you weren't around here before anyway. What did I eat before?
I'll deal with you later. I'll walk up to Buhd and Lyri.
DoomGoblin, would you like to know this dagger's like in-game properties, or would you like to discover them later?
What would you suggest?
I mean, I'm torn between the fact that the player should be well informed, but also I don't know.
No, actually, I don't want to know.
Very well.
Because I don't think Bladebeard would know. So, sure.
Very well.
Apparently, it's hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what did you say you were doing before I asked?
Yeah, I'll approach Lyri and Buhd.
Mm-hmm. You see them arguing with, again, the captain and the goblin with the harvest golem. You'd be, the direction you'd be approaching, the goblin, like Buhd and Lyri are facing you and they're seeing you. The goblin and the captain are not from the direction you're approaching. Make sense?
Ahoy there.
Oh, good, you awake.
Yeah, I was Captain Bladebeard the whole time.
Yes, you're finally awake.
You're the one who stole my iron army. Give it back.
We already told you can get it back once we get to Booty Bay. Stop arguing over semantics.
Yeah,
Who's that?
I want
Who are you?
guarantees. I want guarantees from you. What do you mean, who am I? Don't you know who am I? Who I am?
I never forget the face. I have no idea who you are.
What? Well, that's rude.
She the lady who make those iron dwarves that you are hanging around.
The name
Oh.
is Frieza. Thank you very much.
No, it's Frignir. Frignir was his name, and
No, Frieza's my name.
Your name's Frieza?
Yeah.
Freezer.
No, not Freezer. Frieza.
I think Freezer sounds better.
Above
Can
board,
you-
above board, I'll type in chat how it's spelled, but you guys can make fun of her name if you'd like.
Okay.
But you can continue making fun of her name if you'd like.
so
And
Freezer.
I'm Frieza, and this points at the harvest golem is Buddy.
Bud?
Buddy. Buddy.
But Bud's my name.
Well,
There can't be two Buds.
well, too bad. He had it first, I think. How old are you?
Whoa.
No, I don't care. So, you, points at Bladebeard, when we get to Booty Bay, I want a guarantee that you're gonna give me back my iron army, all 4 iron tall people that you stole from me, and the iron dwarf thing.
Well, some of them are in Westfall still, probably. I don't remember 4 of them. There was only 2 of them. Right?
I'm going to, because Bladebeard thinks that he can control robots with his mind. He's going to try to take control over the scarecrow one.
Can I get a forceful from you?
Zero.
You let out a fart.
My ribs.
Is it a loud one or is it quiet?
I'd say loud.
Oh, Bladebeard. Stop eating beans.
I haven't eaten anything in a while.
None of us have.
Oh, now I'm hungry.
We'll have some food for you, but this is the captain speaking. But we really, after you are rested and after you've had your meal, we really should discuss the appropriate compensation for this transport. All right?
Alright.
Who are you guys? What ship is this?
Above board, give me a second, because I don't have the captain's name handy right now. Because basically, I prepared all these Stormwind harbor ships a while ago, so I need to check. I need to check on some old notes to make sure everything's good. Yeah. And she said, okay, she says, I'm Captain Linda Krem, and this is the good fortune. Bladebeard, give me a careful or clever to see if you've ever heard of the ship. You wouldn't have heard of the captain.
0.
Maybe you've heard of it, but nothing comes to mind at the moment.
Alright. I'm Captain Bladebeard.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. Do you have a ship?
Not at the moment.
All right. Well,
I'll have one soon. Real soon.
Well, as I was telling your companions, this ship is headed for Marshtide. We're also gonna make a stop at Buhd Bay, though we'll take the longer route, sort of going out to sea, cause you know, there's a Horde naval base in Stranglethorn, and we'd much rather avoid that. So, we'll probably reach Buhd Bay in a week, something like that.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
A good plan so far.
And if you are interested in continuing on the journey to Marshtide, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. For now, welcome aboard. I wish we would have met in better circumstances. I'm not usually the type to take emergency passengers, but I understand the situation given the craziness over there.
Oh, we handled that.
Above board, the ship starts departing.
It's been far too long. Like a week or two. How long have we been Stormwind again, Buhd?
Like 4 days, something like that.
It feels like too long.
I can't wait to just sit back and, what do you do on ships again?
Sail.
Sail.
It's a shame that we never got to kill Clovis.
Oh, yeah, me and Buhd killed Clovis.
Oh, great.
Yep. He is one dead son of a gun.
Good. So
And-
the whole Silvermane business is over.
Yeah, but didn't he drop some keys?
Yeah, I got them right here.
I don't know what these are for, but these are a memento from the adventure.
Well, we could have checked. Maybe
What?
there's money.
Above board, just for context, I think the captain and the goblin would have moved away to handle other business while you guys are talking.
But there's so many locks in all of Stormwind, we can't check all of them. Some things are better left not solved.
Not the words I live by, but sure.
Also, apparently I'm in real big trouble in Stormwind, so I should probably leave.
Makes sense. You killed a bunch of guards.
Apparently I also killed a bunch of innocent people, so...
Would Spellbeard... Well, I guess I'll decide. Bladebeard, would you have indicated that it's alright for Spellbeard and Gurin to come with you, or would you like them to do stuff on their own? I'm curious if they can like participate in the conversation or not.
Sure.
Okay. Spellbeard will say, "Oh, I'm also wanted in Stormwind. For like, I stole a tomato. I."
Wow.
Hey!
Also, a real shame about Benjamin. He was a good lad.
What? Is he
I'm
dead
gonna
now?
miss him.
He over there getting mended up.
I don't know. Looks dead to me.
You think he's not gonna make it?
What? No, he can't die. He Benjamin.
Wait, what about the ogres?
What?
I have a question for Zelris on that topic. Would you have put the ogres like... The captain probably would have asked you to put them in the cargo hold. Would you have done that, or would you have like kept them on like the deck?
Probably the cargo hold, since that's probably safer than on deck.
Sure. Duly noted.
I don't know if waves can like roll them off.
I mean, unless the cargo hold has holes in it, they are probably safe.
If the cargo hold has holes in it, then I think we're all not safe, so...
Yeah. Also true. But yeah.
Do you think... Wait, how does... Okay. If I go missing one day, can you guys maybe wait a little while for me?
If you go missing someday,
Yeah?
well, what are we wait? Well, where are we waiting?
Just stop the boat.
Oh, you mean right now?
No, not right now, but if I go missing one day while on the boat, can you stop the boat for me, please?
I'm really glad, Zelris, that you thought of that, because yes, Lyri, like, if the boat would have kept going, yeah, Lyri would have been summoned back in the middle of the ocean. Thank you for thinking of that.
Oh, you mean whenever you get disappeared, like you did that time in Netherstorm?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we will ask nice Captain Lady to stop boat.
I mean, I don't go missing for that long, but I can't swim that well, so...
We should get you
You'd
water wings.
You'd probably need a bath, though. No offense, lass, says Spellbeard.
Thanks.
Oh, and this is me speaking, and I stink like shit.
Thanks.
You smell like old blood and piss and a bunch of nasty stuff. Where did you even go?
Thanks.
Ugh, I've never in my life met a nastier smelling person than you. Cousin, can you believe this?
Yeah.
Zelris, sorry. For
It's fine.
So, Spellbeard, about you stealing from me.
Oh, I didn't steal from you. I didn't.
Sure, but you did. And that can't go unpunished.
Well, come on, Bladebeard. You don't have to tell Ma about this. She's already probably worried that I didn't come home because I was in prison.
I don't know. I don't like people stealing from me.
Oh, come on. I've always stolen from you. You've always stolen from me. You know, that's our gig, you know.
Well, things are different now. Now I'm a pirate captain.
I'm an archmage, but you know, we're still cousins.
Do you think we could get Tamal back eventually? Maybe we could get Khadgar to go fetch him?
Yeah, we should. At some point, I can get us there. I just need yellow dust.
We can find plenty of stuff in Booty Bay. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we go to Booty Bay, get some new gear again, and then we storm another storm and save our friends.
Shouldn't you stay behind till after your ogres, or?
Oh, I should find someone in Booty Bay to help take care of them. I think that they're not a nice people there, but have friends.
Wait.
Okay.
Why are we leaving Stormwind?
What do you mean?
Stormwind suck?
Yeah, I guess, but if we are going back to Netherstorm, we can already find allies in Stormwind.
Well, we're not going back to Netherstorm.
I'm kind of tired of. I kind of tired of Stormwind, Bladebeard. It's a bad place. It mean. It lock up ogres. It crazy here. Booty Bay never crazy. We just had one demon invasion. Not that bad.
I don't know. I kind of like Stormwind.
What?
Because it's crazy.
You prefer city for humans over city of pirates.
I didn't say I prefer it next to Booty Bay, but I like both.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Crazy.
Wait, we're living in Stormwind? Actually, what am I gonna tell Ma? Cousin, what am I gonna tell Ma?
I didn't tell my ma.
Well, yeah, but your Ma's drunk half the time. She doesn't even know when you're home.
Should we go back so Spellbeard can tell his ma?
No, it'll be really bad. She'll make me go to my room with no supper if I'm late one more time.
How could you be late if you're in jail?
Well, that's why I said one more time.
Why didn't you just run the sending spell like Benjamin did?
The what of the what now?
It's like a spell where you can talk to someone.
Well, I'm talking to you right now. Is this a spell?
No.
I can use magic to talk to a spirit in my head.
Well, me too, I think. Usually he knows what I'm thinking. Like say, if someone mentions an apple, an image of an apple will pop up in my head. It's fucking creepy.
Why couldn't Benjamin be up? But
What's that? What?
do we have to deal with these three
Who?
dwarves?
I've been dealing with them all my life. Well, all my bud life. I guess not my ogre life. But yeah, most of my life. You gotta just tone them out or deal with them. I like to go on long walks or fishing.
How far are we from Stormwind right now?
Probably like 100 meters.
It's gonna be a long journey to Booty Bay.
I'm gonna go check on Benjamin. He seemed to be really bad.
I'm gonna check on him too.
I think the last in a hat said it was gonna be a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
A week of sailing. That sounds so much better than a week in Stormwind. Oh,
God, I mean... it feels like we've been here for ages, but it's not even been a week, right?
I miss the sea. Bud realize how much Bud is really a pirate and not a, whatever they are in Stormwind.
Sheep?
Ogre
Yeah.
traders.
They are sheep, and we are the black sheep.
We are? I haven't learned the polymorph spell yet.
Bud doesn't have wool. Bud has clothes.
Yeah, actually, I'm not a sheep. I take that back. I'm a shark.
Did you ever give back that thing to Benjamin?
What thing?
His orb?
Oh, I still have it.
Oh yeah, also my dress.
Did you get that from Benjamin as well?
Oh, your dress. I think I have it here somewhere.
It's called a robe, cousin. Don't be disrespectful.
No. I actually bought the dress.
Oh, never mind then. Why'd you buy a dress?
Or is it? So if a spellcaster wears a dress, is it then a robe?
If do I look like a fucking fashion designer? You should ask Piper this, not me.
Oh yeah, I promised John to buy a shirt from Piper. Buy.
Oh yeah, John's on the ship. You should talk to him.
Yeah, I
he
see
missed
him.
you.
John's been looking at you guys in a corner, too shy to approach, and he just like waves at you guys as you point him out.
Bud waves
Bladebeard
back.
waves as well.
Speaking of John, we'll see the other John in Booty Bay.
Johnny?
Johnny?
Oh, lover boy.
Excuse me?
He got major crush on you. He lover boy.
Larry will frown.
Is Bud wrong?
I don't know. Well, we should probably give Benjamin stuff back, right?
When he awake and not unconscious. Bud doesn't want people stealing his stuff. Bud stares at Bladebeard.
Hey,
Oh, right.
I know how you work, Bladebeard.
You got valuables, Ogre? Says Spellbeard.
No. I know how both of you work now.
hey, I saved your ogres.
Yeah, well, he steal your stuff.
Well, we also stole from you sometimes, but oh shit.
What?
Never mind. I didn't say that.
I thought we were trusted friends. We had the pinky swear when we met Bladebeard.
Yeah, I remember. We are good friends, right?
But did you break pinky swear? You never steal from Bud.
Yeah, but I mean, you ain't perfect either.
What? I never steal from you.
You gave my stuff to the troll witch.
Your stuff?
Yeah, the one with the thunder powers.
I think Bladebeard means staff, but
Oh, the staff. I didn't give that up. She stole it from me. They're different.
Well, sure, but it's still bad.
Oh, it was bad, yes, but I didn't steal it from you. I didn't give it up either. She came up and stole it from Bud.
we all make mistakes, don't we? I mean, I've done some pretty bad things to your friends.
And also this Spellbeard talking. She did do that after you accepted her offer of power and all that.
What?
What?
How does he know that?
Huh?
Yeah, how do you know that?
I don't know. I think my cousin must have said that at one point, right? Looks at Bladebeard.
I mean, maybe
They're kind of suspicious.
you know, I got drunk the first or the second night we came to Stormwind, and I kind of don't remember what I did that whole night. So maybe I told the story to the whole tavern.
Were you drunk around him though?
I don't
was he
remember.
there?
Well, I was also drunk half the time, but I think in like the past few months, saw you again for the first time in prison. I think. Were you drunk then?
I mean, he's always drunk, but that normally not the case here. I don't think Bladebeard was even there when we do that. Only Lyri was.
Huh? What did I do? Sorry, I was looking at Benjamin. He still looks kind of dead.
His injuries are looking better thanks to the healing of the broken, but he still looks very bad.
When Troll Lady, when she showed up, it was just you and me back then. Bladebeard wasn't even there.
Oh yeah, Bladebeard wasn't there.
So how would he blubber while drunk?
Maybe it was you when you were drunk.
But I haven't been drunk in a while.
Can we like have a look at Benjamin? I mean, I feel kind of bad, but I told him not to fight those people, so
I want to have a look at this cousin. He's suspicious.
What's there to look at me? What do you mean? What I do?
How you know things? Are you Dreadlord?
I don't know how I know things. You must have mentioned it at one point.
No, Bud does not blabber.
Well, you certainly blubber though.
maybe he hid something in his bed. Maybe we should cut it off.
No, no be beard. Anything but me beard.
He is so suspicious.
I keep all my spell books in my beard. You can't take it off.
But think we should have interrogation.
Interrogation?
What's that?
You know.
But have to deal with demons disguising themselves as people. He could not be cousin. He could be.
No, I dealt with him. You left me to fight a demon alone.
Bud deal with demon too.
Nope, it was me. I remember.
I deal with him first. You deal with him second.
Yeah, but sure.
First is the worst. Second is the best.
The demon was arrested thanks to me, cousin, not thanks to you. So.
Yeah, you left me, and I still helped you save your ogres.
Well, I get that, and I appreciate that, but Bud think your cousin is suspicious demon.
I'm not a demon.
Well, how do you know that?
Come on, Bud. Just because he's a ginger doesn't mean that he's evil.
Bud never say that about ginger people.
Wait a minute.
Gingerbread are very nice.
I mean, he could be an imposter.
Well, no. Usually, Mimi cousin play that role, but not right now. I mean, he took the robe off.
What?
I don't know. I feel like he's probably a bit. Should we have a meeting?
We should have meetings.
Sorry, that was me laughing, not Spellbeard. You don't need to meet with anything about me. I'm Spellbeard, cousin. You know me. I mean, if you want, you can tell me my real name. I can confirm about that. Above board, DoomGoblin, we haven't decided on Spellbeard's real name. Would you like to decide right now in like private messages?
I have a hard time coming up with names on fly. So
I'll message you Spellbeard's real name. Okay?
Sure.
I just messaged you.
All right.
I think we should how do we remove nasty disguises from demons?
Throw them overboard?
No.
I can just touch him. That worked the last time.
Touch him?
Yeah.
Like poke him or?
No, I touched the demon and he turned into a demon.
Oh, okay, then touch your cousin.
Can I touch your cousin?
Bladebeard, you and me aren't too different. No, I'm thinking about it.
We are very different.
You're both sneaky, very sneaky. Leather.
Well, I mean, both of you are currently propositioning your cousin in one way or another. So
you know things. It creepy. What doesn't like it?
I never brought up the fact that he was my cousin around you. How'd you know that?
Wait, what?
Who's your cousin?
I don't know how I know. I just know. I don't know. You probably blabbed about it. I don't know. I just do. Maybe it's the evil spirit in me head, the one that projects apples whenever someone says an apple. I don't know.
He's got an evil spirit in him. Even worse.
Wait, have you touched any purple daggers? Maybe ones that Khadgar left lying around somewhere.
The what?
Oh no, he does have a new staff.
Aye, and it's real pretty. He holds it up. I'm keeping it.
Those trees?
Maybe the staff is evil.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of tree.
Let Bud investigate it.
No. I'm keeping it. A cousin, you can touch me, but I'm not letting go of the staff.
Wait,
you can have it. You can have creepy staff back after Bud investigate.
But do you remember what happened last time you touched a creepy staff? I don't know. This might be a bad idea.
Yeah, the last time you gave it to Zugalga.
I only.
He didn't give it to Zulgalga. She appeared after he accepted her offer of power. It's a different thing.
Why? That is so specific.
I'm not giving up my stuff.
Why is everyone attacking Buhd over that now? It was ages ago.
I'm not attacking you. He's attacking you.
Zulgalga dead. We killed her. She
I killed her.
Yeah, Lyri killed her. Why is it big deal that Buhd lost staff to scary lady?
I mean,
that also kind of made Buhd weird.
I mean,
she was pretty, but in a weird way.
The staff doesn't really work.
Your eye. What do you mean the staff doesn't work?
She got a flirt with Buhd.
I mean, when you went all crazy in Buhd Bay, the stuff stopped working, right? After all that was over, I mean.
Wait.
How do you know this?
I don't know. I just do. You must have blabbed about it. Why am I repeating stuff that you guys already know?
Wait. Do you know about the hurricane that hit Buhd Bay?
Aye.
Okay, we should take the staff off him.
No. It's me staff. It's me staff.
What about the hurricane?
Yeah. What about the hurricane? Huh? What about it?
That show up out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, cause Zulgalga called upon it after she got the staff from you, Buhd. But what does that have to do with anything?
Huh?
But what does that have to do with anything?
I mean, she called it because she got the staff back.
Aye.
Okay. So he shouldn't have staff then?
No, I'm keeping my staff. I'm
gonna take it. It very it unsettled Buhd.
Well, didn't you just say that stealing is bad?
I'm not stealing it. I'm taking it temporarily. That's not stealing.
Yeah, I also took stuff from you temporarily.
Buhd doesn't remember getting it back.
I don't remember giving it back.
So you steal it.
You still have it.
No.
What did you take? Did you take Buhd's lucky collection of bottle caps?
Above all, what did you take? Because I the DM don't remember.
Nothing.
No, either.
I never took anything from Buhd. I don't think so.
I think
or were you talking about like the backstory thing that Spellbeard mentioned?
Sure.
Okay. Then Spellbeard will like look shifty-eyed, like, "Oh, I'm not involved in this discussion," and he'll start whistling.
I'm gonna take stuff from your creepy cousin.
No. Take anything else.
Wait. Where'd you get this staff again?
From the big giant octopus thing dropped.
Take it.
Oh no, not again.
It's mine. It's my stuff. It's my stuff.
Lyri will quickly try and grab it from him.
Give me a forceful.
Can I assist?
Okay.
Sure, you can assist Lyri. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, great.
No, that is a +2 roll for me. That is halfway to being a critical hit. Come on. I have a 1.
You probably should have let Buhd try to take it forcefully.
Let me know.
In hindsight.
Let me know when the roll comes up for you guys, because it'll probably show up delayed for me.
She got a 0, but I think she gets a +2.
No, she gets a +1 from you, but in total will be a +2.
Oh.
Yes! Oh my god, we did it!
Oh my god, you actually did. Okay. You snatch the staff from Spellbeard, and instantly you are, like, in a fraction of a second, you are bombarded with quick snaps of visions.
Oh!
Well, it's not what you think, Skull, but Banrak, sorry. It's different, but it's related. Lyri,
Okay.
you see, I will also mention it's only because Lyri's picking up the staff that she sees these things. By the way, Lyri, you will see a cold tundral landscape that you will know be far to the north, and you will see several night elves gathered there. Later, you see another vision of a gigantic tree popping up, and one of the night elves fashioning a staff, the one you're holding, from a splinter of the tree. Later, you see the night elf corrupted, crazy, being subdued by his fellow druids, and later you see the staff locked up in a vault watched over by what is above board the night elf warden. And later you see the two faceless ones liberating the staff and taking it for themselves.
Yeah, this staff's pretty bad.
Oh, it's great. It's so fancy and it looks so flowery. It's pretty.
It comes from the land to the north, I think.
Oh, Northrend?
Some call it Northrend.
Yeah, whatever that place is.
Well, that always bad news. That place has dead people, more dead people.
It's cold.
Lyri, can I get a clever from you with your stunt applying?
A 10?
Okay. With a 10, I believe you, it hasn't shown up for me yet. You would realize what the staff's magical property is. Well, in addition to like bearing some corruptive influences, it also reveals one's true nature, not the wielders, but like someone else. So that's basically why Spellbeard knew all these things, because it's also sort of a lie detector, and it also works to like reveal magically hidden people, if that makes sense.
That's why I went, oh, I kind of realized what he's about now.
Okay, well...
Can I have it back?
Is he Dreadlord?
No, he's not a Dreadlord.
What's a
Oh, thank
Dreadlord?
goodness.
What's a Dreadlord?
Wait a minute, I have something to do, give me 2 seconds. Larry's gonna walk over to Benjamin.
They're big bat things with horns. Bud tried to get one to recruit Bud, and side with him, and Bud said no.
Hey, Benjamin!
Shoot him away.
Yeah.
Larry just starts yelling at him from as she's walking towards him.
You hear from the ship? Aye.
No, the other... never mind. Benjamin!
I am here.
Not you, the other one! Shut up!
I can try to wake him up by giving him a potion.
Just, let's... I want to... Is he conscious yet?
You walk up to Benjamin. He's still being healed by the Broken. The Broken looks up to you. I leave it entirely up to Thompshire if Benjamin is awake.
I mean, at this point, it's probably not awake yet, but relatively easily woken up.
Sure. The Broken would say, he will live. And Lyri,
Hey.
you know this to be true.
Hey, Benjamin. Do you love me?
What the hell is that question? Anyways, I guess...
Is he still...
Okay, I guess it sort of just
passes out again?
it slowly like starts opening his eyes and probably coughs up some blood or something nasty like that and just says, What happened?
Rest, says the Draenei.
I don't think it's... Maybe it's because he's not fully awake yet. Interesting. Okay, well, bye, Benjamin. Mary would turn around and start walk back towards Bladebeard.
Benjamin mumbles something and goes back to resting, I guess.
The Broken will say, I know how it is to leave loved ones behind. If you are... we should probably speak before you wind up in another dangerous situation.
He purposely turns around not to face the Broken.
Oh, but be careful, be careful. Your injuries, you will hurt yourself if you turn.
I should probably rest as well. My page is hurt. I mean my skin.
Your what?
My
Your
my
what?
my skin. My
Your
feathers.
skin?
Your page is hurt.
Lyri, you would know. You'd see a flash of Bladebeard being polymorphed and him being smacked by one of the faceless ones.
Okay.
And so you know what he means by pages hurting.
So, Benjamin will be fine.
Well,
He'll
I could.
survive. I wonder if Hotep's around. Have you seen that tell anyone?
You would be able to spot him, no like check required. You see him speaking to some members of the crew.
Should we talk to Hotep, or should we just leave him alone? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really trust him that much.
Strange turtle man.
Yeah. If he acts up, can we get Gurren to throw him overboard?
Sure.
I mean, he turtle, so he'd probably be okay if he go in the ocean anyways.
He looks pretty heavy, maybe he'll just sink to the bottom.
Bladebeard, I imagine Stormwind is not the only place you've ever met Hardtep. And you know Hardtep is seafaring, for lack of a better term.
Alright. Yeah. He can swim.
Well, that
Yes,
makes
one
life
of
like
those.
most
bad.
turtles.
He does kind of creep Bud out.
I gave him something to like keep him occupied, but I don't know how long that'll last. Apparently he can talk to people like through his mind or something. I don't know.
He's a
Since we
mind
just-
talker.
Didn't
Yeah.
we just discuss that everyone can do that?
And speaking of people talking in other people's minds, Lyri, you will receive a sending.
Huh? I'll get a what?
Yeah, you will receive a sending, Lyri.
Okay, I'm ready to hear it.
It is from the female voice you encountered earlier, aka the body Garuk possessed. He says, the body's alright enough. Lots of magical potential, but also willpower. Still fighting against the original owner. It's the big Erdar's own apprentice. Keep in touch.
Awesome for the update. I'll be back with you as soon as possible. Let me know how it goes.
Can you also post, like, or at least a summary of that in chat, so I have it for my, like, record keeping?
Oh yeah. Wow. I forgot exactly what I said. Can we go over it again in the recording so I can remember what it is and write it down?
You said something about keeping in touch. Awesome.
That's know the body's doing okay. Keep in touch. I'll be back with you as soon as I can, I guess.
Something like that. Again, please do type that in chat, or at least like a brief summary of that, just so I know for my like record keeping.
Yeah. You guys can talk while I'm doing that.
Spellbeard will say, so are we gonna get food, or
Yeah. We should.
Say we
And
gonna get
drinks.
food.
should we ask like the cotton, or
I don't know, let's go to the dining room.
above board? There's no dining room. Most ships don't have dining rooms above board.
We won't know until we search for it.
Shouldn't we just go fish? Is that not what pirates eat? Yo, you
we-
go in a bottle
We
of
can't
rum.
fish out rum.
Also, the captain said she'd feed us. So maybe we should take her up on it. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Kinda hungry. You guys haven't eaten for longer.
When have I last ate food?
Back when you were at the Royal Keep, like last morning, so probably like 20 hours ago.
Yeah, I'm spent.
Didn't we eat at the Blood Elf place? Probably not. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Nope. Like while you were waiting for food, the shenanigans happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm spent. You guys look worse though, huh?
Nope. I'm as good as new.
You don't look as good as new.
Yeah, I'm gonna go nap and check on ogres downstairs.
Do you want me to check with them? With you? With them? You know?
If you want to.
Okay.
But haven't had a chance to look at all ogres at all.
I'll do it as well. Gives me something to do. Plus, it's much better being down there than it is up here.
Okay.
Just seeing the water makes me a bit nervous, is all.
I like seeing water. It make me happy than castles and stone. That place bad.
It is pretty freeing, yeah. Well, let's check up on these ogres then.
Okay.
And while you do that, I'm curious, what do Bladebeard and Benjamin do? Spellbeard and Gorin will hang out with Bladebeard.
I'll just sit next to Benjamin and rest.
A cousin wanna play a hand of Hearthstone? I have my... Oh, shit, where's my deck?
I might have a deck of cards.
DoomGoblin, I hope you recognize the reference.
I do not.
Remember when you drew a Christmas gift for Spellbeard?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Above board for the viewers, check DoomGoblin's Twitter.
Benjamin, are you alive?
Spellbeard pokes you in the ribs, Benjamin.
I kind of groan in pain.
Do
and
not
just say,
do that, says the broken.
alive enough.
Cool.
The broken stops his healing and says, "You will live, friend, but I recommend rest."
Right. Thank you.
Zihara.
Yes, Zihara. Thank you.
He nods his head and looks at Bladebeard. "Do you need healing too? I provided some emergency first aid when you first arrived, but he was more gravely injured." Looks at...
Sure. Also, I really like your the look of your healing powers.
Well, thank the good spirits of nature for that, friend.
Yeah, much better looking than the light stuff. Water is much cooler.
If you say so. He will begin casting healing spells on you as well, but will otherwise leave you to your conversation.
Well, where are we, anyways?
We are in the greatest kingdom of them all, the kingdom of the sea.
What?
But we are on a boat. We are sailing away.
Benjamin kind of slowly blinks a couple times. We're not in Stormwind anymore?
No.
Zihar will say, "I am the first mate of this ship. It is called the Good Fortune. We are headed to Marshtide by way of Booty Bay."
Benjamin tries to get up.
Oh, careful, careful. Do you need assistance?
No, thank you. I'm fine. I'm not fine, but...
Well, you do manage to get up thanks to the healing, and I will remove like everyone's stress on level 2 and 4 where need be consequences and all that.
You know, you running off to fight those land krakens was really stupid and reckless. I'm very proud of you.
Look, Bladebeard, but why are we leaving Stormwind? There's still plenty of things to be done. We can't just leave.
Yeah, but Buhd and Lyri brought us on this boat while we were unconscious.
But didn't the Silvermane literally try to kill us?
Yeah, they killed Clovis.
Alright, okay, so what?
I would like to offer Buhd, Banarak, a compel.
Oh, a compel. What's that?
I would like to compel Banarak's friend till the end aspect. That all of a sudden, while he's going down the stairs, he'll remember, oh yeah, Clovis said that they have Bladebeard's mother. Oh shit, I have to tell him, and you're gonna run back up and trample Lyri in the process.
Huh. Because Buhd kind of just dismissed it when he said that, which is why I was like, will Buhd bring that up? Because I think that he honestly just dismissed it.
Fair enough. You can refuse the compel, of course, if you want.
I'm gonna refuse it just because of the situation of that. I mean, if it comes up, maybe Buhd can remember, but...
Sure.
You should have accepted it just for the trampling of Lyri, but okay.
Oh my god.
They hate me because they ain't me.
What did I say?
There's so much to do in Stormwind. We killed Clovis, so what?
Okay, yeah, the last thing I said was so what.
Yeah, we were unconscious. And when I woke up, we were sailing.
I'll say it again. Clovis is dead, so what?
Who's Clovis? Says Spellbeard.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, he's dead.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but the Silvermane is still out there, aren't they?
Are they?
Did you miss the whole part where my uncle fled from prison? Did you miss the part where a mage was tossing fireballs at me, or frostbolts, or whatever in his name?
You have a uncle?
We've been over this, Bladebeard.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Do you remember the elf we beat up? Black hair with a white streak?
Not really.
He had like a glaive thing. You were with your ex-girlfriend at the time or whatever.
Really?
Which ex-girlfriend? Bladebeard's had plenty.
The dwarf one who likes griffins.
I mean, which one? Again, Bladebeard's had plenty of those.
Benjamin just sighs.
Oh, he's the one that tried to kill your father.
Yes, and
Wait, but
that's exactly the problem.
He tried to kill his own brother.
That's messed up.
No.
You have a crazy family.
The other side of the family, Bladebeard.
He tried to kill your mother?
This is me laughing, not Spellbeard.
No, Bladebeard is my mother's brother.
My uncle tried to kill me once too. I can get that.
Look, Bladebeard, all I'm saying is that the Silvermane doesn't abide by their deals. You remember how they were supposedly gonna take us away? And then that ship mysteriously exploded?
Yeah, I remember.
I do.
That.
Do you remember when they said they wouldn't touch our families?
Maybe? Did I
Well,
say that?
they did, but I wonder what they actually did.
Are you saying that your mother is in danger?
Bladebeard, my mother is dead, okay? My father is the one in danger, and your mother as well, probably.
Oh no, Bladebeard's ma's fine. I mean, people can't really tell us apart. They'll probably come. Oh, they'll probably come for my ma. Oh shit.
Wait. Yeah, does your mother look the same as my mother? How does that work?
This is an above board question. Would Spellbeard be related on his mother's side or on his father's side?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say they probably do not look alike, his mother to your mother. But Spellbeard believes that since you two are obviously identical, no differences whatsoever, your mothers are also easy to confuse, even though in above board they wouldn't be.
Alright. We should go back and save our mothers and your father.
Well, I'm sure Bladebeard's ma is fine.
Yeah, she's a tough lady.
Almost killed me once.
So are we going back?
Sure.
Like, right now?
Yeah.
If you were to look, you see Stormwind's you're starting to lose sight of Stormwind in the distance.
I'm gonna yell out to the crew. Alright, listen up. We need to go back.
Ziharu is the only one who pays attention to you and says, with all due respect, the ship has sailed.
The ship can turn around. I know a thing or two about ships.
The captain will not be easy to convince.
I'm a very convincing person.
Ziharu shrugs and continues healing. No other members of the crew pay attention to you. Except John, who looks slightly concerned. Shall we briefly check on Lyri and Buhd before we continue with this scene? Because maybe that will influence this.
Yeah, all of them
big
what
I can hear you now. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Yep. You never sounded better.
Yep.
Okay. Discord is being fucky. You guys heard everything I said. Last thing I heard, I don't remember what was the last thing I heard.
We said, do you want to check up on Lyri and Buhd, and we said yes.
Okay. Then let's check up on Buhd and Lyri. You guys are descending into the cargo hold. You'd see the crew handling the various ship operations. Can I get a careful roll from both of you to see if you notice something?
Yeah.
Still amused that Lyri has a negative stat. Okay, but you would notice, it's entirely up to you if you want to take any form of action or whatever. The majority of the crew is human, some dwarves, some gnomes, typical alliance. But you also see another goblin in the crew, in addition to
oh no.
No!
Oh no!
It is not who you think it is.
Oh, okay. That's a bit better.
I'll put that goblin on screen in a little bit. It's this lady. I would have loved if I probably should have thought about making who you thought it was be the goblin, but no, it's just this lady that you've probably never met before. Well, I guess Buhd can get me a careful to see if he might have met her before. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
He hasn't.
All right.
So, like, that's one unusual thing you notice, but feel free to, like, interact with her or not, or move on, entirely up to you.
We shouldn't let Benjamin down here.
But he was not doing so good.
Yeah, but doesn't he hate goblins?
Lyri doesn't notice, only Buhd notices.
Oh, did Bud not point it out?
Up to Bannerack, sorry.
I don't think Bud would.
Okay, then.
Unless they become like an issue or something, but you know, he knows they're there at least.
Okay, Lyri doesn't say that then. So, a week on the ship, then we can get back to doing actual important things.
Yes, like getting my ogres to safety and
Talking
dealing with
pirating?
people. Well, pirating, but also we gotta go back to Netherstorm to help out our new friends.
Zelris, real brief. Just because I don't want to, like, constantly interrupt conversations or whatever, since you hold the staff, feel free to ask me at any point, is this person who I'm talking about telling the truth? Or can I learn a little bit more about what this person is talking about? And
Okay.
as long as you're holding the staff, okay? Just because I don't want to, like, constantly interrupt conversations. Make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Lyri will, I guess, while not using it, kind of took the staff, like, in between her belt and her back, so she can always, you know, grab it in an instant, make sure it's there.
In the, like, World of Warcraft shift position, I guess.
I guess, like that.
You do so. It looks like from anyone looking behind you, it looks like a tree's growing out of your back. Yeah. So, do you continue into the cargo hold?
Mm-hmm.
And you see several crew members, like, giving you guys the side eye, because the ogres are there, it's a little bit harder to maneuver the cargo around, and they have to, like, shuffle things around a little bit. But otherwise, you will not be disturbed. If you were to approach the ogres, can I get a careful from both of you? But Lyri will probably know more. Lyri, it's a bit hard to tell whether they're, like, doing well or whatever. But to you, they appear, I mean, same as last time. It doesn't seem like anything's changed.
Okay.
Whether that's good or bad, I cannot say.
Well, there they are.
Yep, those are my ogres in bubbles.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah.
I love this awkward silence.
I mean, what else can we talk about? We came here for the ogres.
Yeah. You know, this isn't a diss. This is, like, my genuine amusement.
So, 1 week and then we get to Booty Bay. Yep.
That's how long it's gonna take. Yeah. Then we
To get to Booty
ogres.
Bay?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a fair bit of time.
And then my ogres will be free, and then they can roam about. Maybe we can let them out of bubbles as we travel some more, and then yeah, maybe we can do that to let them stretch their legs a little bit before we arrive.
Aren't you afraid they'll do some kind of mutiny?
Oh no, Bud. As long as Bud is here, they listen to Bud.
But don't you listen to Benjamin?
Sometimes.
So who's really in charge here, you or Benjamin?
Well, Benjamin give good advice, but Bud is the one who still does stuff.
Okay. I mean, it's... Oh, God. Should we go check up on them, or do we just want to...
Well, I was gonna take a nap.
Why?
Bud bruised and beaten.
So am I, but you don't see me napping on the job.
What job?
I mean, Larry just shrugs.
It's good to take a nap. We've been through a lot. We go through all sorts of stuff.
Well, you go take a nap down there. I will... Wait, maybe we can get Benjamin and Bladebeard to nap too.
You will that why Bud come down here to nap alone. But Bud likes sleeping by himself.
Above board, sure, Bud. You may have come down with that intention, but the cargo hold is pretty busy currently with like crew members.
Oh, so there are people actually being busy down there?
Yeah, that's why I said there are people giving you guys the side eye.
Oh! I thought it was just going to be filled with the ogres in that area.
I mean, they are giving you the side eye because the ogres are taking up room, but there are handling what cargo is there. That's not ogres.
Okay, well, that's an interesting note.
But actually, before you sleep, come with me and let's talk to Hotep.
Okay. We talked to the creepy turtle man.
I have some questions for him.
Do you guys climb back up? The ship has like the top deck, a middle deck, and the bottom deck. The bottom is for cargo. Make sense?
I think we go up all the way because that's where so Hotep.
Can I get a careful from you guys on the way? Lyri's in her own world. Buhd sees this, and above board, like I was planning this before Zelris brought it up, but Buhd sees Hotep in the middle deck. It looks like he's preaching to some crew members, and the crew members seem to be like listening attentively. Like he's sat up on a crate and is like, he's talking like Heimskr from Skyrim, if you know that NPC.
Then why is anyone listening to him?
Maybe
then why is anyone listening?
Maybe some people have like shitty lives. I don't know.
I mean, they're on a ship for a week. What else are they gonna do?
Well, also like I will mention. I say like Heimskr, but he's not actually yelling. He's speaking in his monotone voice. But he has a small following that he's preaching to at the moment. Probably like 4 people. Buhd sees this, Lyri does not yet.
Oh, he crazy. Your turtle friend, he crazy. He talking up,
Wait, where? Wait, he's talking?
Over there.
Oh.
He talking crazy, words again.
Okay, let's talk to him.
And lo and behold, the vile hand came from the sky and picked our master. Oh, my beacon.
Hi, what exactly does a beacon entail? Since we're on this topic.
Oh, everyone, please. He like motions for like all the people listening to him to look at you. This is the beacon I mentioned. She will guide us. And the crewmen look like part apprehensive, part interested, if that makes sense.
Okay, what is being guided? In fact, what does the stone in the sea mean again?
Oh, are we heading there? I knew you'd make the right decision. Also, above board, feel free to like use the staff if you'd like.
I'm using the staff this time to see what he means.
Then I'm gonna say what what Hardtip would say, and then inform you what the staff would show you. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Hardtip would say, it is a place long ago touched by the Master, a font of power that you are meant to discover, my beacon, well, as your predecessor did. And the staff would quickly show you glimpses of a distant land. It's very brief glimpses. It looks somewhat elven. And when Hardtip mentions, oh, your predecessor, blah, 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 you see... Has Lyri ever met Shallan?
Yeah, she saw him in the caves.
The healthy Shallan, not the bone...
Oh, no, but I mean, maybe she could put two and two together because
Maybe.
Nightblood looked kind of weird.
Can I get a careful to see if she'd put the two together?
No.
You see a strange, very tall and looking Night Elf, like seemingly performing a ritual there, and the stone glowing purple, and that's all you see. Like, apparently said stone is very real, like it's not just Hardtip's imagination, but you don't really learn much.
And who's this? You said you served this one with 7 heads or something? Could you explain that to all of us?
Oh, yes. Well, I was just explaining that.
I'm gonna use the staff while I was talking about it to see what he really means.
You know that like vision in Warbringers, Ajara, where like Nazov suddenly talks to her. You see something similar, but obviously instead of Nazov, you'd see the being. The being with 7 heads that I know you guessed, Zelris. You mentioned that before we started recording, but it would be a brief glimpse. But you do see this like world-spanning empire, apparently under the control of this one entity, and various deformed-looking creatures, including faceless ones, but also like some weird bug-looking things, all subservient to him.
Very interesting.
And Hardtip's like starts continuing the story of like how in the beginning the true masters ruled the world, etc., etc. It's up to you how much you listen to it.
I kind of stopped walking out after that bit. I'm not interested anymore.
Sure.
What do you think, Buhd?
This guy crazy?
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's funny that like Bud's only heard like the crazy bits and not like the visions that Lyri's had, so he's very much in the dark.
Yeah.
So Hardtip continues his sermon that's a bunch of crazy talk, but like if anyone would listen that's like, say, like one of us that's at least knows a little bit about the lore, you'll recognize like the story of like Yasharaj and like the Titans coming down. Hardtip would call them as usurpers and all that. But to Lyri and Buhd, it's probably a bunch of hogwash, or at most to Lyri, it's probably like somewhat resembles like some very old history books, but you can tell that it's like told from like the other side, if that makes sense.
Well, that was interesting. Let's go check up on the other two, Buhd. Hardtip's just talking with people, it's fine.
I will continue as we discussed, my beacon, and I will be here to guide you. And he continues preaching to an ever-increasing number of crewmen.
Oh, that worrying.
What's worrying?
The crew are eating up his spiel.
Yeah, but they're drunken sailors. They just want some entertainment. They love stories about monsters and krakens and all sorts. It's probably not every day you get to be told a story from a turtle, right?
I guess, but just worried that After Zolgaga, another mutiny on a boat to a crazy person. It not good.
Fair point. We have the ogres though, so we can just let them out if anything happens with some added muscle.
Oh, that's true. I just don't want them to get hurt.
Fair. How about we check up on Benjamin and Buhd? I mean, what's his name again? Bladebeard? Yeah,
That's his name.
That is his name?
And you guys can do so. No one will disturb you. Do you climb up to Benjamin and Bladebeard?
Yep.
And I think you'd rejoin Benjamin and Bladebeard, like, just as they were saying, we should find Buhd and Lyri. I think that's what you guys were saying, but I could be mistaken.
Sure.
Sure. So they come up from the bottom of the ship.
Oh. So it's everything fine with the ogres?
They seem okay for now.
Awesome. We need to return back to Stormwind.
Why?
Ziharu says, I keep saying the captain will not be easy to convince. He shakes his head but continues healing.
Yeah. Come on, Benjamin. Let's convince this captain. But we need to hurry up.
Wait, why do you want to go back to Stormwind? Me and Buhd killed the leader of the Stormwind, if you weren't told.
Yeah, but they have other members, moron.
Not other members, the actual leader. Why do you even think Clovis is the leader?
Because he is, isn't he?
No, my uncle is the leader.
Yeah, and he tried to kill his mother.
Wait, you have a
he
mom?
tried to kill my dad.
Lyri, feel free to use the staff, by the way.
I'm gonna use the staff on to see if Clovis is not the leader, or if Benjamin actually knows that or not, or if he's just making it up.
You see a brief glimpse of 5 figures discussing something. It's clearly from the past because Clovis is alive. You see Clovis, Elswith, the lady that you guys dealt with earlier on in the campaign, Andor, Castellan, and a woman that you do not recognize.
We've dealt with like 2 of them out of the 5.
You have 5 uncles?
Only 2, I think. You know how cat litters can have multiple fathers? Says Spellbeard.
You know, Benjamin, are you sure this is a good idea? I mean, what about the ogres? You don't care about Buhd?
Look, I'm sorry, I do care about the ogres, but I care about my dad more than the ogres.
He does have a dad.
I also have a mom.
I also have me mom.
Everyone has a dad or a mom at some point.
Hey.
Look, that's not my point, okay? My point is, if the Silvermane is smart, they'll be going after them. Or they probably have, because they planned on betraying us from the start.
Then surely it's too late now, so we should just cut our losses.
I think Clovis did say something about Bladebeard's mom before he died.
What did he say?
Something about having your mom.
I'm gonna have his mom.
Ooh, nice, says Spellbeard.
I mean, doesn't everyone, have relations with Bladebeard's mom? It's not really that special.
What doesn't? And what is glad about that?
Benjamin will try to send a sending spell. I know he can't yet, but he will try.
Give me a forceful if you're trying to force it.
If you roll badly, your head explodes.
Or he farts.
I will say, just because you're feeling motivated, you particularly motivated, you are able to. But you are reduced to 20 words instead of 25.
Oh, that's doable. Give me a moment.
And you will feel very tired after doing this. Make sense? In the anime power scaling community, they call this a mental lamp. Just cause awkward not awkward, but like pauses scare me because of the technical stuff. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I've got it.
After you read it, could you also paste it in chat?
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's me, Benjamin. Are you all right? Where are you? You need to get to safety.
To your father?
Mm-hmm. Yes. The message goes through, which does indicate that the person is alive and not like on a different dimension. The messed up part is if they don't know it's a sending spell. Oh, I forgot to mention that.
You think, huh? That was Benjamin's voice. What's going on? What's this? Oh, I must be seeing things. Oh, I must be seeing things. Oh God! By the light, message cuts off.
Wonderful.
At the very least, your father is alive.
I guess that is good to know. Well, we'll check back in 8 hours, I guess.
You feel very tired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Benjamin. We'll save them.
Well, at least I know he's still alive.
How?
I sent him a sending spell.
Okay. Why? Why?
Why wouldn't I?
Because you're sick, and I mean, doesn't it? That makes me pretty tired. So, how does that make you feel, huh?
Look, I still have another lung, okay?
Okay, well, having that other lung would be pretty good when you're swimming back to shore. So,
Look, we can, like, take a rowboat and we just take a couple of hours and we'd be right back.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that will be pricey, says Ziharu.
you think Buhd could sit on a rowboat?
If we balance it well, maybe?
And if we don't, you and Bladebeard drown.
So, but is running out of caretakers for ogres too. That way we get them on the ship.
How much to get the whole ship back?
You're asking Ziharu?
Yeah, the broken.
And above board, do you say to get the ship back or turn the ship back?
To turn the ship back.
He says, he like frowns and says, "It is not my decision. Captain can be fickle. We are carrying supplies for Marshtide, perishable supplies. If
Alright, I'll talk to the captain then.
if we risk spoiling the supplies, that would be very costly."
Alright, where is your captain?
Are we really letting this happen, Bud? They want to leave your ogres by themselves again. Does that not make you angry, Bud?
I mean, they can go and I take care of ogres.
Oh, so you want them to split up on us? I guess it's fine.
Well,
We shouldn't split. We are
No.
stronger together,
You guys-
united.
You
Yeah,
guys can
terrible
Stormwind.
things happen when we split up.
No, you can go in Stormwind and we'll do the actual work.
What is the actual work?
Getting the ogres somewhere safe.
But the whole point is that you don't leave.
don't leave.
Don't leave. But
Don't leave while we handle this.
Well, were we supposed to take ogres?
They stay on the ship.
Are you insane? Just leave him in the ship?
What ship is going to Marsh Place?
That's
No,
why
no.
we're trying to stop the ship.
Yeah, it's going back to Stormwind.
No, it's not.
I'm going to start walking towards Captain
Um,
quarters.
This is where, above board, we could have like a very brief discussion. I do have something in mind that, well, two things in mind actually, and both will happen. That will like set you guys on the path of, okay, we're leaving Stormwind and going on a different adventure. Or we can continue with the return to Stormwind thing, but this is more of an above board decision rather than an in-character one, and I'd like more so your opinion as players rather than as characters. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys tell me if like you'd prefer returning to Stormwind, or if you'd to like, and obviously there's a bunch of unfinished business there, or if you'd like to continue on a different path that obviously I will not reveal. Yeah, you guys decide.
It's like in a video game when you get to an area and it's like, if you continue, all the side quests that you started will cancel and you won't be able to complete them.
Yes, kind of, but because it's like an organic world and all that, you guys, like, no matter what happens, will eventually be able to like return to Stormwind. It's just that, would you guys like the main plot to be Stormwind or something else, if that makes sense? And if it's something else instead of Stormwind, it would mean that dealing with the Stormwind situation would be slightly delayed, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And either choice is obviously fine, no pressure whatsoever, but we are at a decision point, if that makes sense. Both in character and above board. There are no wrong opinions, but I would like everyone's honest thoughts.
This is tough. Because on one hand, I'm
Yeah.
like, I want Benjamin's dad and Bladebeard's mom to be okay, and I don't think we should ignore that. Especially when it's clear that it can still get pretty bad, I guess, for them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I also want to get out of Stormwind.
But I also want to stop preying around the ogres anymore.
That too. That's another thing. I'm like, every
Ow.
time I leave them, there's a chance that they could get hurt.
We can
Or
leave
die.
someone with them. I can leave Frignir.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Gurin.
You gonna leave Gurren?
Gurren. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Bud's gonna trust Gurren with the ogres.
No, but Gurren's so
He's very
powerful
strong.
too.
Yeah.
I know, but he's also dumb. You'll end up punching a hole in the ship or something. No, it's a bad idea. He'll make you jump out of bed and put a hole in the bottom of the ship. I don't know about Gurren.
Alright, then we tell the guards to guard them.
You mean the crew?
No, the Stormwind guards.
Oh, okay.
We convince them that they need to protect the ogres.
Yeah, Bud doesn't really trust them after everything. So
Lyri doesn't trust him either.
Bud is literally like Bud.
I mean,
has,
Lyri's a deserter after all.
But Bud has a very major paranoia after being in Stormwind. Ethereal still has ogres. Humans still has ogres. Guards arrest you over peeing. You know.
I will mention that when you met Clovis, he was,
in a god uniform.
well, more what I was gonna say was that he was intentionally where the ogres were.
Yeah. The Bud has paranoia over all that. That's the major reason why I need to get out of here. My ogres are not safe here.
I still believe that there is good in Stormwind.
There's good in Stormwind. Just our luck
we
is
need
terrible.
to take our parents out of there, and then only the battle will stay behind. And King Vern is good.
I don't want to sound crazy, but I feel like leaving them in the pods for too long is probably a bad idea.
That too.
You know, leaving your parents in the with the Silver Mane is probably bad too. You know, same.
Yeah, but if they have them and they haven't killed them yet, then they probably.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe they'll slowly start to rip out their nails or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but why would they do that? They have no reason to do that.
I don't know. They're nasty. Maybe they'll send me a letter with like an eyeball or something, and say, comply or.
But and then you can worry, but I haven't said anything like that yet. So.
But at that point, he has no eyes.
Or you and Bladebeard can go on your swimming adventure in Stormwind.
Between Blood Scan and.
But not Blood as a person?
Shut up.
Oh no. I don't know. I don't want to deal with these ogres anymore. I don't know either way, but these ogres, I want them dealt with.
Then stay with them if you like them so much.
I don't like them. That's why I don't want them around anymore. I want them out so they aren't so susceptible.
Or come with us and use them as bowling balls to attack our enemies.
I might have missed this, but is this in actual conversation or is this just us talking?
This is just us talking.
Well, it's not a conversation between like Benjamin, Bladebeard, Buhd, and Lyri, but it is a conversation between you guys, but it's not just a casual conversation. It's like I'm genuinely asking you guys to make a decision, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I would like to take care of just this, and then we can just run out of here.
I say okay. So this is what I'd say we can do. They try to convince them to move back. Buhd stays in the ship to wait for them, so they don't leave without them. And they go find their parents. I'm okay with that, and then we can leave.
I think also that Lyri would probably stay with Buhd because she wants the ogres dealt with and doesn't want to have to follow them around anymore.
Alright, 2 crippled individuals will commit suicide against the Silvermane. Wonderful.
But Buhd just has paranoia, okay? He doesn't
Well,
want to leave his ogres anymore.
Again, what I mentioned, this is more of like an above board discussion, also in terms of like, if you guys decide we're gonna put the Stormwind plot on hold and like move on to a different thing, I do have some ways out. This is more like a discussion of what do you think your characters would do, what do you think is the best course for the story, and not so much a discussion of if we don't do this, there'll be this consequence, which there might be, I'm not saying that, but think more in terms of like very much above board, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at least from Benjamin's perspective, the way I see it is that he just couldn't leave that behind.
I mean, if you're going to spend the whole time trying to get back if we leave, then there's no point not staying, I guess.
I'm going to sink the ship if we don't leave.
Yeah, like I feel like if we don't go, they're gonna spend the whole forever trying to get back because it's in character for them. So
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like we probably either way will probably end up back in Stormwind, so we might as well stay normally, I guess.
Stay for now, and then we can leave.
Yeah.
Sure thing. So with this in mind, and like basically keeping in mind that above board whatever discussion will happen with like the crew, you guys will end up back in Stormwind by the end of the session, if that makes sense. What happens? So Benjamin Bladebeard, I'm guessing you go to find the captain, right?
Yeah.
And she says, "Are you well rested?"
Sorta. But yeah.
Alright. Well, we should be discussing the payment for this emergency transportation. You guys really messed up my cargo arrangement, and I'm carrying a lot of perishable supplies for Marshtide, expensive perishable supplies, which cost a lot. And I understand it was an emergency situation, but I do need to recoup my costs.
How much?
I think about 100 gold.
How much for the whole ship and the crew?
What?
I want to buy your ship and services of you and your crew.
Depends on what you'd want from us.
Well, first of all, I want to return to Stormwind.
Oh, what? Really? After all, when the harbor was on fire? Really?
Yep.
Why?
We have people in danger that we need to save.
Okay. If it's just to return to Stormwind... Frieza, can you get over here for a bit? And the goblin saunters over. And basically, she and the captain are gonna have like a discussion of like, will the perishable supplies be damaged by like adding like a couple more hours sailing, etc, etc. And the end conclusion would be, we can bring you back to Stormwind for 60 gold.
Alright. Deal.
Very well. Alright, and she gives out the orders to the ship to return to harbor. What happens now? Including what you like tell your NPC companions and all that.
Oh, Benjamin doesn't say much. She's almost falling over.
Your two other consequences healed. You just have the sixth one.
It's
and
the
also
fact that,
pushing out the...
yeah, the sending has tired him out.
Oh, yeah.
So?
Well, yeah, we need to go and find our parents and bring them back to ship.
You mean need to find your parents?
Aye. Yeah.
You know we'll be sitting ducks, right? The ship will be.
We are what?
The ship will be a sitting duck just waiting in harbor.
Yeah.
Oh, above board, like as part of the price negotiations, the captain assumed like for 60 gold, it's okay. We dump you back in Stormwind, and we're continuing on our journey.
Yeah, I assume she assumed that as well.
So like she's not waiting for you guys to come like board back the ship.
You know, we could always just have a mutiny. These people don't look too strong.
I can also buy the ship. I have a lot of money.
But you know we can just take the ship for free, right?
I guess.
I'll go talk to Hardtap.
You'd be able to find Hardtap preaching to an increasing number of people, probably like 10 of them.
Hey, are they part of your club yet?
What say ye, my faithful? The 4 people that like you first saw with Hardtap will like nod enthusiastically like yeah. The other 6 look more like sure, just because they're like newer, if that makes sense.
Okay, we might need your help in a bit.
always my beacon. And he like bows his head. Heart up.
Very well, I guess. Rejoin the group.
You rejoin the group?
We have like 10 of them. We can probably do it.
The crew are from like wanderings about the ship, etc. It's probably like 60 people.
They don't look too strong to Lyri. It is some no good, smelly sailors.
I mean, the majority of them will be like generic sailors. There are 2 named goblin NPCs and 2 other named NPCs, plus the harvest golem that stand out, if that makes sense.
So, you guys up for mutiny?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
We get to keep the ship.
But Benjamin,
Don't you want a ship, Bladebeard?
Also,
I do.
Also, let me know if you're asking the opinion of any of your NPC companions, by the way.
Can we not start a mutiny? I'd much rather that Bladebeard just buy the ship or whatever.
But that costs money. Do we have 60 gold?
Think of it this way.
Do we have 60 gold, Benjamin?
I do.
No, you don't. Stop lying.
I'm going to have a lot of money.
And you said you can have a ship like when I first met you, and you still don't, so I don't trust your word.
Alright, I'm buying the ship.
You're not, you don't have any money. We need to start a mutiny right now and take the ship back.
Nope. I'm gonna buy the ship.
You don't have money, Bladebeard.
I do.
You don't.
If you say something enough times, doesn't mean it.
I use the staff. I use the staff on him when he says that.
You know,
so I know.
You know he does have money, and he also has a way of gaining more money, at least according to Bladebeard's knowledge, in his wherever he keeps the deck of cards.
I know it's a deck of cards.
Yep, with the staff. Yep.
Oh, so the deck of cards.
Interesting. Oh, it's not a deck anymore. I think there needs to be at least 2 cards to be a deck. It's only 1.
So that final card gives you money, right?
Maybe.
Yes. You get money if you pull that card, right?
You can't really pull it since it's only 1 card.
Just flip the card.
Yeah. When I flip it, I'm going to get a lot of money.
Oh, really? Says Spellbeard.
Maybe, at least that what it did in my reality.
But if you...
I bet
what will stop people from taking it then?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's less trouble. Laziness.
Can we just stop being passive aggressive and just handle this?
Yeah. Sure. Alright. So we have 2 votes for buying the ship. And 1 vote for stealing it. What do you think, Bud?
These people don't seem bad though.
So, buying the ship.
Yes.
Lyri frowns.
Come on, wait. Use your anger on someone else, not on these poor sailors. Use it on the Silver Mane.
I did.
You hate them so much.
I killed the Silver Man.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You killed Clovis. That's all.
He was just a pawn.
He was the strongest they had. Apart from the mage. I think he was just as strong, probably.
The staff will intervene, Lyrian will inform you. No, he was not the strongest. he wasn't even the top 3.
Oh no.
I would like to go to the Captain Lydia.
Made your decision yet?
Yeah. Can we speak privately somewhere?
Pirately?
Privately. Privately.
Sure, but know that I always have a gun on me.
I have 2. But yeah, no need for that.
Okay. Sure.
I actually have 3, but the third one is some weird magical thing that I don't know how to use.
Ziharu, can you come here for a bit, please? We can talk, all 3 of us then.
Sure.
We can go to my cabin.
Alright. But Gurin needs to come with me then.
Who?
My dwarf companion.
Hello, says Spellbeard.
No, not him. The grey one. The white-bearded one.
Yep. Sure, he doesn't look particularly impressive.
Alright, let's discuss stuff.
And fast forward, you would go to the captain's cabin with Ziharu and Gurin. And the captain would probably pour you a drink.
Oh, finally. Baby like drinks the whole thing.
It's a mug of ale. Nothing too spectacular, but like you haven't drunk in a while.
I needed that.
I've seen people with that condition before. It's not pleasant. So?
It is if you have ale.
Well, you don't always, but...
Unfortunately, yeah.
Alright. What do you wish to discuss?
I wanna buy your ship.
You mean our service to return you to Stormwind Harbor, or...?
No, like, I wanna buy your ship to be mine. Forever. Until I sell it or give it to someone else.
She and Ziharu like exchange looks, and she says, "That will be expensive, friend."
I know.
600 gold.
Alright.
Well,
I'll,
do you have it in a bank or something?
kinda. I'm going to flip the card.
You flip the card, and I swear to God, I did not expect this to happen when I prepared this. But the card flips over, and the side you flip over, it looks the same as like its back. Only that like a little holographic image of Nexus Lord Teeironor is projected. And the holographic image says, "Hello, insert name here. I'm heartily pleased that you have enjoyed this deck of cards so much, and even more pleased that you are alive and, hopefully, in one piece to pull the last one. While a gambling addiction is nothing to joke about, I must admit a certain pleasure in seeing someone from, insert native planet name here, become so enthralled by my work. So, my valued business partner, if you would like a new or refilled deck of cards, please feel free to contact me. I'm sure we can work out a deal. Kind regards, Nexus Lord Teeironor." And the card fades from your hands.
Why? Why did you do that?
I had this prepared all along. For like the last card to be a promo message. It just happened to be the richest one. The captain says, "Alright, fancy trick, whatever that was."
I have 600 gold in my bank account back in Stormwind.
Can I get a sneaky from you?
I'll use my stunt.
Okay. She exchanges a look with Ziharu and says, "Well, How much can you pay up front?
I believe I have 9 gold. Was it
90.
90? All right. I can pay 10% now.
Make it 20.
I'll.
You don't have 20% above board. And also,
yeah,
I can Bladebeard make that, like, calculate that number? Is Bladebeard good at math?
Sure.
Above board, he has 15%. So.
Also, yeah, I know. Thank you, Thompshire. But also, like, above board, in session 1, he agreed to like a 2 or 4% fee or something like that.
Yeah. He was drunk. What did you say, Benjamin or Thompshire? I do have
90 is 15%.
1-5.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll give you 90 gold now.
Can I get a careful or flashy?
Let's go with flashy.
Make it an even 100 and we have a deal?
Sure. I'll just need to speak with my companions. I'll be right back.
They look at each other and, like, allow you to leave.
I'm gonna join my friends. Oi, the car didn't work. In my reality, when Satea pulled it, she got a bunch of gold. But
what do you mean your reality?
The original reality.
Are we living in a dream?
A reality that Buhd is not in?
Oh, you are. But, things are a bit different there.
Just because I love the idea, Zelris, would you like Lyri to use the staff to realize what other reality means?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, at one point while you guys were in another storm, when Satea pulled the card that, like, made her cursed, you actually see, oh, that's not what happened. She actually pulled a card that made her filthy rich, but Bladebeard got jealous and because of a different card, used an undo button to turn back time and make Satea pull a different card.
Lyri is now the only one in reality, apart from Bladebeard, who knows that Satea had a home and wasn't just homeless forever.
Yep.
What a gift. Lyri will keep that thought to herself.
Well, actually, neither of you know, because the card that resulted from, like, the undo button was the curse card, not the, like, lose everything card.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
In the original reality, you probably don't have your ogres back, and Lyri is in purple.
That original reality is dead, so no way of knowing.
So Bladebeard killed his own reality.
Sure. Let's not focus too much on the timey-wimey stuff. Lyri
But
Lyri
this
knows
is in character.
Yeah, Lyri knows what Bladebeard means, and it's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
So I need 10 more gold from you guys to pay the people to return us back to Stormwind.
Benjamin pats his pockets.
I'm gonna roll something. It's still loading for me. Wow. I don't know, maybe you pocketed some of like Lord Roswell's reward money or something, but you find that you have 8 gold and 84 silver on you.
Huh, nice. I'll give Bladebeard 8 gold and keep the 84 silver.
Alright.
And above board, that is a lot of money in universe.
Yeah, I probably just fell down the stairs and the money ended up in my pocket.
Just for context sake, there's like a book, like the World of Warcraft Traveler book, where like a trade expedition, like a trade ship, was expected. Oh yeah, on a really good voyage, we're gonna make about 50 gold for like an entire trip.
Wow, that's okay.
Yes, the players are filthy rich, and 8 gold is also a lot of money. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I'll get it.
Lyri will check someone else's pockets for them.
someone in the crew or one of your companions.
One of my companions.
Which one?
I'll check Bud's pockets for him. Bug. I'll check Bud's pockets for him.
Okay.
Rolling something. You find something squishy and 1 copper piece.
And Lyri will flick the copper piece at Bladebeard. Do I see what the squishy thing is? Or do I just leave it in there?
If you want to look.
I probably don't want to look, knowing Bud's track record.
Also, feel free to. I forgot, but give me a sneaky and Bud roll me a careful.
Okay.
Yeah, Bud doesn't notice. Yeah, you find 1 copper piece. What did you say you were going to do with it?
I flicked Bladebeard.
He's going to catch it with his teeth.
Can I get a careful from you? You break a tooth.
Oh, I thought he eats it.
Does he break the gold one?
Probably not, because he probably like tries to catch it with like front one, but like one of the front teeth is now broken.
Oh, wouldn't that be like a level 6 consequence? But
Well, breaking a tooth is a level 6 consequence. No way.
Yeah.
No.
Alright.
No.
But it's a permanent damage. But alright.
But it's not severe damage. Not life-crippling damage.
Alright, anyway. I need 2 more gold, I think.
Everyone stares awkwardly at each other.
Okay, go get 2 more gold.
Aren't you like a fancy noble lady or whatever?
What, me?
Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
All I have is my lucky copper piece.
I don't know, you have that fancy Embersorrow name and whatnot. And some fancy elves in another planet who are quite into you.
Maybe we could dance for gold.
Yeah, do that, bud. Do that.
Okay,
Hey,
I'll go.
last case, don't you
Wait.
actually have-
Why don't we ask Xal'atath?
Oh, maybe he has golden shell.
Well, no, but he's preaching, right? And people give money to preachers all the time.
Oh, Bud could preach. Bud's a good preacher.
Lyri will go and see Xal'atath.
I'm going to try to pickpocket someone.
Let's resolve the hardship situation because I think that'll go a bit faster.
Sure.
You go and see Hardtep Lyri. There are now probably like 15 people listening to him. You see like some of the other crew members giving him like a weird look, like, hey, you guys should be working. Why are you listening to this preacher? And you come in just as he says, "Trust in Hardtep for my beacon. This is the one I was mentioning, everyone." And they will like turn to you and start clapping.
Can you talk to them again? I'm busy doing something. talk to everyone, please.
He blinks confused, and he continues his sermon.
Lyri will look around for anything that is money. Like, she'll go through people's possessions.
Give me both a careful and a sneaky. Altogether, you're probably like ruffling through possessions and like through like what people might have left around. You're probably able to scrounge up like, give me a second. I'm gonna roll something. 1 gold, 40 silver.
Good enough? I'll go upstairs and give it to Bladebeard.
Whoa.
Oh, doesn't my remaining change make that 2 gold?
It would, but let's
Yeah.
resolve the Bladebeard situation first, because Bladebeard is off doing something on his own. What were you doing, Bladebeard?
I'm going to pickpocket one of the goblins.
Which one?
Let's go with one that has the robot.
Okay, you see Frieza currently working on him. May I get a sneaky from you?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
And I do get +2.
You do. I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll.
Sure. I'm gonna also spend a fate point to reroll.
Well, I have no idea what I just rolled. 7. So it's a tie. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna add +2 by invoking Professional Kleptomaniac.
Okay. You do. Any other fate points to spend because this is a one-person scene. But yeah. You pickpocket Frieza. Can I get a careful from you? Okay.
3.
Okay. You find 2 silver pieces and your hand comes up covered in motor oil.
But damn it,
Someone's broke.
I'll still
mean-
take the.
She wasn't kidding when she said she lost a lucrative contract.
I'll still take it.
Sure.
Sure, I'll return to the group.
You return to the group, 2 silver reacher. And covered in motor oil on your arm.
Well, I've got some silvers if it helps.
Isn't Lyri back yet?
Yep, she can be.
Okay, Lyri will come back and kind of just throw the money at Bladebeard.
Can I get a careful from you? You throw the money into the sea.
No. That was 2 gold.
I tried to toss him into the sea.
How? How?
I mean, I'll just try to push her and kind of just fall, because I'm still kind of falling apart.
Okay. Do let me know if you actually tried to do that.
Well, I actually tried, but I'm not in any position to.
Right. Well, I mean, if we need to resort to game mechanics, if that makes sense.
Perhaps at some point, but not now.
Sure.
Lyri will briefly feel powerful over Benjamin because he's so weak.
Bladebeard, you did see Lyri throw a bunch of money apparently into the sea. With that poor of a roll, it's not even apparent that she was aiming at you.
Amazing.
So, have we got the money? Says Spellbeard.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have. What did we say? I do have like
2 silver.
98 gold and a bunch of silver.
Yep. 84. Benjamin has 84 silver. Bladebeard has 2 silver. And 1 copper.
Should we go with the mutiny plan?
No, please, let's not do that.
I thought I had a lot of money, but I do not.
Think of it this way. Maybe there's some, silver main vaults or something. You probably need some money to, fund an operation like that.
I'm gonna waste on keeping them here in harbor.
Didn't.
Cousin, if you want, I think I know a spell that can make more money.
Oh, amazing! Do it.
All right, but I'll need 5 gold pieces, and I can double it.
Isn't that illegal?
No one has to know.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't trust this guy.
Why wouldn't you trust me?
Because you turned Bladebeard into like a dying dolphin in the book.
I
what
didn't
else?
turn
Can
Bladebeard
you-
into a book.
Can you turn Benjamin into a golden coin?
Well, I think.
Please don't do it.
Can you turn Benjamin into someone who shuts up?
Hey, silencing spells are for priests, okay?
Lyri shrugs.
I mean, I can cut his tongue out if you like.
Yeah, can
You
you?
couldn't.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not really the melee type. So, want me to double your money?
Can we just kill them?
No. We can rob them, maybe.
Wait, can I use my staff next time Spellbit says he can double the money?
Sure. So, we can go with my plan instead. Do you use your staff?
Yeah, use the staff.
It's a roll of the dice. He can double the money or he can make it all vanish. It's entirely up to the dice.
I wouldn't trust him.
Then I should do it. I give him 5 gold.
Alright.
I mean, if you trust him so much, then why don't you give him all the gold that you have? I mean, it's more money in the end, right?
I'm gonna toss you into the sea for real, okay?
That's a good idea, Lyri.
I'd like to see you try, Benjamin.
So should I do it? I'm feeling some weird sexual tension here.
Between you and the money, or?
No, never mind.
Just double the 5 gold I gave you.
Alright.
Gary just kind of sighs and stands back.
Spellbeard starts intoning an incantation and chanting to various arcane powers, and then he thrusts his hands and lets out a fart. Oh, can I try that again?
At least it didn't vanish. That's...
Why would it vanish? Why would it vanish?
I don't know.
Sure. Do it again.
Alright. He once again starts making these complex incantations, reciting ancient formula that he doesn't even know what they mean, and 2 more gold pops up.
Okay, we have
Awesome.
enough. We can stop risking it.
Yep.
Double or nothing?
No.
No, or you're the one going to the sea.
What? What'd that do?
I say
Please,
double or
money's-
nothing.
No.
Oh, the money's fine.
I'm gonna try to push Spellbeard away from them.
I mean, Spellbeard, he proposed double or nothing, but he's not gonna do it unless you all agree.
Yeah, but Bladebeard is... Okay.
He hasn't, made the magic motions again when Bladebeard says that.
Come on, we are on the streak.
No,
you can't stop when you're on a streak. That's the main rule of gambling.
Yeah, but then you lose it all, and there's no.
And
point.
then you win it, and then you win it back later. That's how it works.
No, you quit while you're winning.
Who the hell does that?
Smart person.
You're a smart person.
Yeah, and you aren't, so that's why you should trust me.
Hey, I'm not. What's that? What's a smart person, cousin?
Something that hasn't been seen since forever.
Many Bladebeard generations. Yeah, whatever.
All right, so
I'm the only Bladebeard.
We gotta double down. What's your name, laddie?
Benjamin?
Alright, Benjamin. We gotta double down when you're on a winning streak. Otherwise, you're gonna walk home all like, oh, I could have won the entire house. I could have won the entire casino. But you're gonna feel
you could have lost everything you got. Think for a moment.
No. When you're on a winning streak, it just means you're gonna win more, laddie.
Okay. Have you ever been?
Benjamin, just blow on the coins. And
aye, you
for
can
the
do
good
that.
luck.
He grabs a handful of coins and pushes them towards Benjamin and says, "Come on, blow on him, blow on him."
No, I'm not gonna do that. I put back the coins and I say, "You will pay them, and if you want to play around with some silvers, be my guest."
Silvers, schmilvers. Cousin, I say we double down, because if you give away all the gold, we can't double gold anymore.
You can double silver, and then tons of silver is gold, so as well.
Are you gonna carry around entire stacks of silver coins?
That implies you win.
I know I'm gonna win.
Alright, then if you know that, yeah, I'll carry the silver for you.
Can Lyri kick this guy in the back of the head?
Sure, give me a sneaky. Spellbeard, you mean, right?
Yes, Spellbeard.
He's dead.
Well, I leave Zelris, you won a total victory. I leave you to dictate what happens. Like, do you want to knock him out? Do you want to kill him? What do you want to do?
I'm not gonna. I just kick him in the back of the head and he gets knocked unconscious. I do not want to kill him.
Okay.
I like Spellbeard so much.
Okay. All of a sudden, Spellbeard gets kicked in the back of the head and he lets out and falls face first in the ground and falls unconscious.
There you go.
Guys are no fun.
Pick up the money.
All right.
Just go.
Lyri grabs him by his beard and starts dragging him towards the broker.
You don't know. I think you will know the broken is with the captain and the captain's cabin waiting to negotiate with Bladebeard.
Okay, and Lyri just kind of parks him by the door, so when Bladebeard goes in, he can take him in with him.
What does Bladebeard do?
I'll go back to the captain's quarters.
Do you do anything about Spellbeard?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you go inside, and the captain's waiting. Well,
here we go. I'll give her the money.
All right. So 100 now and 500 later. We're only gonna wait around for a day if you're trying to scam us, you know.
Sure, sounds good.
All right. Well, I guess we're turning the ship around. What shall we do about the perishables, Captain? Sell them installment and buy some new ones. We've got the budget. Come on. And yeah. Simply put, above board, we're gonna speed things up a little bit as the ship will return to harbor. We will end the session there, but I will ask before we end, do you guys do anything else, or talk to anyone else, or maybe like try to recruit someone else, etc.?
I'm going to use my stunt and ask the spirit in my head, where are they keeping my mother? Before the session ends, because it's once a session stunt.
You see her kept. You see, like, your vision, like, you get a bird's eye view, like, what happened when. Like, what happened with Lyri when she, like, followed Castilian's trail, for instance, to Undercity. But you see this bird's eye view that leads you to like a house, like, just outside Stormwind into Elwyn Forest, that has a surprisingly deep dungeon, and well, basement, I should say. That basement has been converted into a dungeon, and among some other prisoners, you would see your mother there.
All right, so I would be able to find this house.
Yep. Per your stunt, yes.
All right, guys, I know where they are.
What?
I know where they're keeping our parents.
How?
With magic.
Was my dad there?
How does he look like again?
Like me, but older?
Did I see someone that looks like Benjamin's father?
Because of the wording because of the stunt, you were focused on your mother. Like, you saw other figures in the dungeon, but you just saw, oh, there's other people there.
Yep, he was there.
Alright.
Also some other people. So we are not only going to be saving people we care about, but also some other people.
Okay.
Because we are heroes.
That's
Okay.
That's good with me.
I can't believe we wasted so much time on this ship.
Yeah, you should have waited for us to wake up.
You shouldn't have went to fight some random void people.
Why not? We won.
They were my friends.
Look, you have enough bad influences in your life, okay? I don't know. Some squid people is just a bad choice.
I'm gonna use my staff on him when he says that.
What did Benjamin say? Sorry, I was...
Saying I have bad influences in my life. I want to see who he thinks those are.
That's up to Thompshire. Who does he think the bad influences are?
I guess in this case he was sort of referring to Bladebeard, the elves he met up in Elfland. What are some of your other nasty friends? I don't know. That's what I remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I just realized that.
Oh, and Hearted, I guess. Yeah.
I just realized. Speaking of the Outland elves, I don't think Lyri's learned of like what Oscuri's indirect relationship with her is.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah, it's her stepmom.
Yeah, she hasn't learned that, but Benjamin and Buhd know that. Yeah.
Would my thinking of the Outland elves would that give her that information?
No, but
no.
You can volunteer it if you'd like or not. Obviously up to you.
Yeah, I don't think he would explicitly mention it because he probably assumes she knows or something. I don't know.
So yeah, Mary will just be waiting for them to get out and get to the house, I guess.
I will say because I did mention there were two things that would happen if like you guys had decided to go away from Stormwind. And I think I'll have the first thing happen anyway. just because I don't think it will necessarily influence your decision, but I'm curious what would happen. Benjamin, you will receive a sending spell.
Okay.
From your good uncle.
Oh, that's scary.
He says, "Go find Ayla. I will keep Joseph and Martha safe. Clovis's idea to kidnap them. Final warning, final deal."
Okay. Give me a moment.
I will type that in chat in a moment. Also, while Benjamin Thompshire types, Banrak, are you still with us?
I am still here.
What are Bud's thoughts on the situation?
In regards to everyone heading back,
Yeah, and obviously the silver main thing, plus the whole money situation and all that.
I mean, he understands because both Bladebeard and Benjamin, they have family that they want to protect, and it's the same way Bud feels about his ogres because he doesn't really have a family aside from them. So
Sure.
he knows where they're coming from at least. He just really wants to get out of Stormwind with his ogres, but he hopes things don't come to him having to leave them again.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Understandable. Do let us know, Thompshire, when you have your thing ready. While we wait, oh, I should remove the deck of cards from Bladebeard's little in-game screen.
Oh yeah, because they're gone now.
Yeah. Sorry for that little prank, DoomGoblin, but I legit planned that, like, from the moment I first conceived of the cards.
I believe you. It's just that's horrible. What you just did.
The dice have provided some excellent storytelling, like from Lyri getting possessed by Void of all things to Tazinzi losing connection to his Loa, like regarding the cards. It's certainly been something.
Oh yeah, I love the cards. I just don't like the last one.
And also now you know where you can get more.
At least next time you know the last one is a promo.
If they will be the same cards.
I guess.
Yeah, now you know where to get more, potentially.
I guess.
Also, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the seller might be a bit angry.
Also, kind reminder that, like, you guys do have, like, a deadline of getting to Netherstorm. Like,
Yeah.
I think we should do that as well.
sure.
But if everyone else wants to leave, sure. We'll go back later.
We'll go back, and by that time, the outland doesn't exist anymore.
Basic reminder, like, you probably at this point have, like, also, like, switched you over because it's no longer night, it's well into the morning at this point. You guys probably have, like, 4 hours or so to, like, give Tyri an answer of, like, are you gonna help or not? And if you do, obviously, she expects you to go there. Because the whole thing was we gotta strike quick before they're ready and all that. If not, yeah, there's the Silvermane plot. There's lots of things that you guys can do. And obviously I'll try to prepare for, like, if you're, like, in the middle of the Silvermane dungeon, you guys suddenly decide to teleport to Netherstorm. I'll try to prepare for that eventuality. Also, Thompshire, let me know when you have your sending reply ready.
Yeah, I've got it. Why should I believe you? You gave us a way out. It was a rigged ship. I'll find her with or without you asking.
Okay. Could you also type that in chat just for my own record keeping? Thank you.
He already did.
Thank you very much. So, as the ship prepares to dock in Stormwind once again, this is where we will end the session, but I would just like to ask if there are any final thoughts before we do so.
I don't think so from Lyri.
No, I think not.
Okay. So, thoughts on today's session?
I guess
Benjamin was sleeping.
I guess we're going to save Martha and
Joseph.
Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I also think, yeah, if we would have left, then we would have the option of searching for Benjamin's cousin and trading them.
Well, basically, if you guys would have decided above board to move away from Stormwind, this little sending would have been like your way out to like pause the parents kidnapped plot, as in they're in not necessarily safe hands, but at least they gave you a guarantee that they're safe-ish, if that makes sense.
What's a guarantee from the Silver Blade at this point?
To be fair, this I don't think this will influence your decision in any way, so I'm fine saying this.
I mean, since we're already going back, it won't. But yeah.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that blowing up the ship was Clovis's idea.
Well, I mean, in Benjamin's mind, like, Endor is the leader, so
yeah,
if Clovis does something, it's because he asked.
Sure, and this isn't to dissuade you. This is just to like maybe paint a little bit more complete picture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. I think above board, the idea that at least I've been catching is that there's really no leader. It's kind of just like, you know, a group or whatever.
I will say, based on like the information you've gathered and like Lyri's staffing, there's 5 leaders, equal in theory, but some are more equal than others, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Elsewhere and Clovis were the bottom ones, right? Is that what I'm getting?
I guess I'm fine saying this. There was remember when like you got the prophecy from like Bladebeard's great grandmother in the sewers? The prophecy basically said there's 3 bottom ones and 2 top ones. So of Andor, Castilian, and the woman, one of them is also on the bottom. They don't know who.
Probably the woman, because Castilian's pretty scary.
It could also be Andor.
It could be Andor, but I don't know. Andor's too cool.
Sure.
I mean, Clovis is cool too, and he's bald and whatnot, so I don't know.
You know what? Clovis, like, feel kind of bad for killing him, but he was annoying, so, you know, not that sad.
Yeah,
I mean, I think, like, out of all the Silvermane leaders, he was probably the one with the, like, was
the most objectively evil.
Well, no, what I meant was the most personally involved in messing with you guys.
Yeah, he was always messing with us. It was just, you know, everywhere.
But we're also messing with him.
Also true.
Well, rest in peace, bald mustache man.
He got a horrible death, all things considered.
Yeah.
He got variant in addition to being like mutilated and all that.
I mean, to be honest, the agony of dying, like bleeding out from a massive, I don't know, probably open fracture is probably worse in a way.
Sure.
I mean, but yeah, he's not going to the Shadowlands anyway, so I don't know.
Above board, I haven't played Shadowlands. Is variant in the Shadowlands?
I mean, I always
Technically?
assume that kind of fell consumes souls.
I mean, he did show up in from the blade. So
I mean, I think it's more of an echo more than anything. Because
I-
Swordfang
I-
was there too, so...
I think that they're in the swords. It makes
but
me
it's-
feel.
no.
It makes me feel comfortable and better. Okay, I want to live in a
Look,
world
I love
where
Varian, but he's dead, okay? He's gone.
he is dead, but he's a
No,
ghost.
but gone.
Stop it.
I will say above what this isn't a spoiler, but I think if one leader of the Silvermane is dead, I think all of them, if they were to die and they'd go to like the Shadowlands, they'd probably go to Revendreth.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I think they'd probably enjoy it there, honestly.
So,
So
none
we've-
of them are demons. That's what
Twisting
you're
other
saying.
then?
yeah, if there was only 5, and we already killed that demon, does that mean the demon is not part of the top Silvermane people?
When Lyri had the vision with the staff, the demon was not there. That's all I'll say.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we did kill a demon, so that's good. And we
You
also-
didn't kill it. He was imprisoned.
Oh, was he?
And it wasn't you. You ran away.
We had important business to do that wasn't kill a random person in front of the king.
It wasn't random.
I will say, I think even if like 3 out of 5 leaders would still be out there, you guys have definitely crippled the Silvermane operations, even if unintentionally a lot of the time.
That's not enough.
Yeah. Basically, I was saying if you guys had planned to move away from Stormwind, I think there was enough leeway to make that reasonable, if that makes sense. But it's also understandable that you want to go back, and we will continue with you guys going back with that subplot, and also the Nether Storm one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Banrak, what are your thoughts? Because we haven't really heard much of your thoughts, if you don't mind sharing.
A lot of back and forth of going, leaving, staying. I kind of figured like Benjamin out of all the characters would oppose the most of leaving, so I'm not really shocked by that turn of event. But I will say, both Buhd and me kind of want to leave Stormwind.
Understandable, but
Same.
above what we're approaching like a season finale anyway. This could have been the episode to be the season finale, but instead it will be several episodes later. We'll see how fast things progress with like both the Silvermane and the Netherstone subplots, etc., etc. But we're not rushing, so like don't think that we're gonna fast forward through all that stuff, if that makes sense. Okay. I guess the only other thing was I love that you guys thought a certain goblin would be on board when I was futzing for that token. I will remember your love for said goblin.
No.
Well, we didn't see him die explicitly, so he could always come back somehow.
I mean, above board, I know where he is and I know what happened to him, and if he shows up, it will be for a reason.
Yeah, we need to freeze him and put him at the bottom of the sea like that one Draenei beggar.
That's one way to deal with that. Yeah. I don't know, any other thoughts for our viewers before we go into our shoutouts?
I don't think so.
Eat your vegetables.
Yeah, especially since Christmas just passed, it's important to like not just eat meat. Okay. Well, dear viewers, thank you once again for watching and listening to us. Let's see what these lovely people are up to went according to the dice. We're gonna start with Bannerack, again formerly known as Skull Shorties, now Bannerack. Could you please talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Hello, yes, I am Bannerack, formerly the Skull Shorties. I create content on World of Warcraft. I make plenty of videos on it, machinimas, lore videos, speculation, theories, what ifs, etc. I am currently in the works of I asked people what they wanted on Twitter, and they basically voted, and they said that they wanted a quick little lore summary on Bannerack, my character's OC, the Mok'Nathal, the Green Mok'Nathal. They want to know a little bit of background on him, so that will probably be my next video in the new year. I don't think it's going to be out by 2022. So yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much, Bannerack. Next, according to the dice, we would have Zelris. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Hi, I'm Zelris, and I make YouTube videos on YouTube and Twitter posts on Twitter. And currently I am making a YouTube video, and that will be done whenever it's done. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Zelris. And next, according to the dice, we would have Sir Thompshire. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Sure. You can find me both on YouTube and Twitter as Thompshire. And for once, I'm actually doing a machinima, and it will come out. I don't know when, but it will, even if I have to kill a Draenei child or something, I don't know. But it will come out, that's my point.
Thompshire, out of curiosity, are you a fan of Warhammer 40k?
Of what?
Warhammer 40k.
I mean, I know some things. Not sure I'd call myself a fan, but I guess I enjoy it to some degree.
Why I mention it is there's a character in Warhammer 40k that's considered like one of the nicest people in the verse, like always saving civilians, all around good guy. But this is heavily memed upon, at one point he burned a child alive on purpose.
Wonderful.
And that's what your comment reminded me of. But yeah, thank you very much, Thompshire. Next, we would have DoomGoblin. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. I draw stuff. I don't burn any children.
That's a statement.
Yeah, I have a bunch of websites you can check out. And for example, on my DeviantArt, I recently made a gallery. You can make separate folders for art. I made one for all the things I drew for Silvermane or the Ephemeral Orb. So all my artworks that related to that can be easily accessed on the internet now. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you check that out if you don't have a DeviantArt account?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I also have a Twitter. It's the beginning of the year, and I usually, for the last 2 years I did at least, I did what's it called? 6 fan art challenge at the beginning of the year, and I'm probably doing it now as well. Just that I live in the past and I don't know, but I'll probably do it. And I'm probably doing it right now as you're listening to this. So if you have a character you want to suggest that I draw, you can.
That's awesome. Nice. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Do check him out. His art is awesome. And I was your dungeon master, game master Teeironor. I do this series, which is a ton of fun, and I also do another series based in its own homebrew universe called Legacy of the Rimland that I would highly recommend you check out with a different bunch of lovely people. And we've just had like our 1 year anniversary, so yay, fun. But other than that, thank you once again, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. We will be back most likely next week. If not, I'll keep you all posted on Twitter, on Bannerak's channel, again formerly known as Skull Shorties. All our links in the description as usual. And yeah, we will see you then. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye bye.